And we are about to go live with another VS Gaming cast going on here. I've been away for a while, and you guys have been asking a lot, when are we going to get back up and running and casting? And here it is. We are going to go live shortly, as both teams have now jumped into the server. And tonight, joining me is going to be Congo Kyle. Something a little bit different here for IsoWolf TV, but it's going to be great nonetheless. Congo Kyle bringing his angelic vocals to tonight's stream.
I don't know, man. I quit smoking like 8 months ago, so...
Is that the trick?
Yeah, it's one of my hidden secret, how to get that voice nice and deep and husky. But it's good to be back. I mean, it's been a slow start for South African CSGO, I think, this year. I mean, we all kind of said goodbye to Bravado early in the year and said goodbye to a lot of our CSGO tournaments, I guess. But, of course, there's always the VS Gaming League, and this year things are getting a lot better. I mean, go on the road to CopyCon. First time, to my knowledge at least, the first time a major esports tournament taking place at a Comic-Con anywhere in the world. So guys got a lot to play for. Obviously there's the massive prize pool at the end, there's the nice 550,000 rand, but it's a new year, and of course a lot of new teams as well. We will not see a Bravado versus Energy final. Instead, we're looking at teams here that could be in the final. Big Five, Sinister 5, of course. Big Five is one of the newer teams. Sinister 5 as well, not necessarily as new as Big 5, but of course a lot of old names in here.
Yeah, definitely. And I think it could be worthwhile talking about that a little bit, how, you know, Bravado, they've gone overseas doing some great work over there for South Africa all around, and then also Energy not going to be playing in the VS Masters this year, it seems. Some sort of conflict there, which is alright. It just opens up the stage for other teams to have a close competitive matchup, which is quite nice. So we're going to start seeing these teams coming through, playing against each other, and hopefully getting the top 4 that'll actually be able to have a bit of competition, because before the whole time it was Bravado Energy, and now it's open play field. It's anyone's game. It's up to who's going to put those hours in, who's going to make the right roster picks, and who's going to be the top of the game right now, which is quite interesting for the scene itself. And VS obviously just making sure that they still bring us some good quality CSGO. Yeah,
and it's like you said, it's promoting a more, I guess, close scene, specifically in the Masters, and that's something we've always wanted to see, like teams not knowing who's where and who could come out on the top. Obviously there are those predictions, as we saw. I think it was one of the articles that's predicted that Big 5 could possibly be the team to take the Masters at the end of the year. Obviously with the unfortunate news of DC disbanding, or rather retiring, not disbanding, it does leave a massive void in the CSGO communities for new teams to rise up. But I mean, looking at this matchup for tonight, it's still early stages of Leg 3, and teams are probably just trying to feel it out right now. And there were some roster changes. Of course, zero chance on Sinister 5, and I'm not too sure how new that change is. The zero chance joining Sinister 5, because on the list that he still showed as part of Big 5. So interesting development there. I'm just glad to be casting again. This is the first time I've casted from my new apartment in Joburg, and I'll see how it goes. Hopefully not too echoey in the room here.
You sound good to me. But anyway, just talking about teams that fell out, right? So there's also 2 other teams that have fallen off the scene right now, and that's XD. They had to play 4v5 in the couple of their tournaments because a player dropped, and then we also had the same situation happening to Sentry. So Sentry was a very promising team. Pac-Man was part of that team as well for a little while, and it just looked like they were going to come in and dominate the scene and get right up there to the top. And unfortunately, Pac-Man decided to step out. They brought another player in, and that player as well just left the team, so they had to 4v5 it out, and due to rules, they just couldn't carry on. So that's very unfortunate. XD and Sentry both jumping out of the Masters here, but that just means other teams have an opportunity. Tonight, though, Sinister 5 versus Big 5. 5 + 5 = 10. Quick maths, maybe? Not.
I don't actually know. Like, I mean, I haven't watched a lot of CS in such a long time. I mean, like, this is also a little bit of a learning process for me to getting back to the scene. But obviously, you know, Lighters is a really good friend of mine, and then again, so is like Diver, Zero Chance. I mean, I've had really great relationship with Hackham as well, so it's like I can't exactly pick a favorite right here. Convict too, Custom, travel to Denmark with Custom, so I'm just here for a really great match of CSGO. That's what I'm here hoping for right now. And I hate making predictions. I really, really do. And looking at the maps, actually, we're forgetting about the maps real quick. So Inferno was banned out by Zero Chance. I mean, a lot of teams from when I cast it back, geez, the last time was probably the Masters Finals. Inferno was still one of those maps that not a lot of people, well, a lot of the South African teams were that comfortable on just yet. There were a few that obviously enjoyed it, like Damage Control. They loved the Inferno, but taken out by Zero Chance first, and Cash picked up by Convict. And Cash is a map that most South African teams I think are most comfortable on. We've seen Bravado upset a couple of teams in North America, as well as even going to the European stage as well when they were traveling around. Cash was always a map which they performed on, except against Fnatic, when they just got absolutely rummaged. But Mirage as well, also another very popular map. And I would love to know, team strengths and stuff, but Train and Dust 2 taken out. And so let me be going to Nuke as the final map. So
Inferno, Mirage, and Nuke.
No, Cash, Mirage,
Cash.
Nuke, by the looks of things. Yeah, I mean, there were some cool changes to so the one thing I did actually follow up on is there were some really, really cool changes to Nuke, especially on the B bomb site. They added extra box in the corner, which makes it a little bit more sneaky for players to get through. Also, the vent, as they're talking about there, that changed to the vent. So that's going to be an interesting one, because it's always been one of those maps that South African teams, you're either really, really prepared on Nuke, or you're not. And you're just gonna meme your way through and try to take the win based on how better you are at shooting people in the heads, which is something that you mentioned about Big Five being one of the teams that when they're hitting their shots, it's going to definitely be in their favor, which I feel like can be said for any team, but particularly Big Five. Perhaps it's a confidence thing. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see, and hopefully they feel it today. And that's the thing. Big Five legacy players, all these players have played in top tier teams for the last couple of years. They've played tournaments, they've got the experience, they know how to keep their cool in those situations. So it's all about how are they feeling together as a team, because recently we've seen them stumble a little bit, where they just haven't been feeling CSGO in general. They've just been missing some shots, not playing greatly as a team. And even though they've been clawing out some wins, it's just not as convincing as we would like to see from Big Five, knowing what they can do. So hopefully, maybe tonight we see something a little bit different coming from them, just getting back to that old Big Five form and starting to run away with these games, because they should be right at the top there in this division. But we'll have to wait and see what they can bring for us. We know they can do it, but will they? That's the question. And that's why we're here, and that's why we love CSGO, because it's forever changing.
I mean, Hackham is quite a story as well, and that guy's been in almost every top team. He was in Bravado, was never been in Energy, but he's always been in those really top teams. He was in Goliath Gaming as well, right at the start of Goliath Gaming. Hackham was there, and I just feel like he's always just such a talented player, and I'd love to know what happens, why he keeps getting changed, or keeps getting changed around. Well, I mean, I know why, but I mean, it's not really up for discussion. However, but he's just such a talented player, and yeah, I mean, Zero Chance, he's always been the guy that like really breeds these incredible young guys, turns them into like CSGO superstars, and then they end up leaving. Did it with Sonic and some of the other young guys as well, and he's always just been such a stable force. One of the older gents in the CSGO scene. So you're damn right when you say that there's a lot of old superstars in here, and I mean, you can't not enjoy watching lighters play Counter-Strike. And of course, the most interesting thing about Big Five is they've actually got they've got three really, really strong AWPers. They've got lighters, they got custom, and they got Convict. Convict was always Convict was always a bit of a tough one when it came to AWPing. He would switch over to the AWP when he just wasn't firing on his rifles, but always was a stable AWPer. Lighters as well, just always changed around from AWPer. When he played on Energy Esports, both between himself and Zero Chance, they were both great AWPers. Custom always been an AWPer. Same on when he played for Energy. So it seems like a lot of ex-Energy players in this map right now. But anyway, we are underway. This ISO Wolf. So let's get cracking.
Yeah, let's jump straight into round one here. We have Big Five starting on the T side, so terrorists for Big Five. Bomb sitting in the middle, just trying to find out where they can find some shots in their spot, and he gets tagged down a little bit by Rogue. So Sinister 5 taking the CD side. Cash, you want that first CD half. You want to do well here. It is a CD-sided map. make sure you keep that mid control, which they're doing well right now. It's 2 players in mid and bomb just sitting towards middle. Taking a slower round here for the terrorists.
Yeah, I mean, Cash is, or at least when I still was casting, Cash it's all about that mid control, that highway play. If you've got a player that's really strong at door, which we're going to see if Custom can do, if you can pull teams away towards that door, just being an absolute nuisance, and have a player who's able to take, or with tactics, being able to take control of mid and then obviously push up that highway, it just makes that A bomb site so crucial. And Zero Chance will be pulled across there, and there's actually going to be a little bit of a fake as the bomb is towards that B bomb site. Hackham, I mean, this man is a surgeon with his USB. We'll see if he get the first shot. Does take down one. He did spot the second player, so we'll see if he can peek around the corner. He spots it. There it is. Those surgical hits once again from Hackham. Wants the third, but I think the smart play here is perhaps to fall back, get the information, goes around the side. It's going to be a third for Hackham. I did say this player is insane. So quick clean up there on B. We all saw what Big Five wanted to do, but unfortunately they weren't able to pull through.
Yeah, and as we were talking about Big Five having 90 players earlier, we also have to watch out for Sinister 5. They've been training hard lately. They've had a couple roster changes, and if they're going to have some teamwork like that with a nice flash, just making sure Hackham getting that 3 kills for that round, it's going to be a bit interesting. 4K, my bad. Yeah. It's going to be an interesting round there from Sinister 5 then.
I mean, like I said, the play was obviously have more of a presence in the mid, and they kind of got the fake off. They one player sitting in a main, and of course the custom banging at the door, and it does take quite a powerful door player to kind of pull that attention away. And they did go for the setup as well, but what they didn't account for was Hackham sitting in that room, and there was very limited utility on the side of Big Five. So they weren't able to flash out for Hackham. 1 or 2 after the first pick, perhaps the flash or even a decoy just to push him back. Challenge him. They peeked him 1 by 1, or he rather peeked them 1 by 1, and there wasn't really an answer after the first kill. So I feel like a crucial mistake there on the part of Big Five. But unfortunately, one of those things, and a pretty healthy buy coming out here from Sinister 5. I mean, full armor, helmets as well, and you are going to see a pretty standard second round buy here coming out from Big Five, mainly because they can brute force this A bomb site with the good smoke and the good flash. As we see right now, they have actually breached into the A bomb site. Gonna see lighters moving out. They gotta watch out for those long range pistols coming out, the long range rifles from Car and also from Speedway.
That's Diver now. He sprays down customs, so that's 2 for him. 4 versus 3, bomb is down, and the CZ's doing some great work finding 2 frags already in this second round. Oh, Convict though. 1 dig through the smokes, take down Dada. Rogue, he comes back with a shot of his own, and there we go. CZ's again. Lighters.
He needs a gun.
He's gonna pick up a gun. He's gonna pick up that M4. Yep, Lighters with their M4, but never mind. Spartan takes him down. MP9. And a round towards Big Five, so they'd buy up, the force buy up in the second round, which is standard, going with those CZs and Deagles, just winning out here for Big Five. 1 apiece. Sinister 5 going to be on the back foot now.
Yeah, that's the great thing about Cash as a map, where a couple of well-placed grenades, good smokes, good flashes can get you into a bomb site pretty easily, and often it's that one flash that can change around completely for a team, especially on an eco. And with those long-range rifles, they were with the M4s. They decided to play for the long range, and they gambled a bit on the B bomb site because I would say 7 times out of 10, or 70% to be more politically correct, teams will go for the B rush because, again, it's one of those sites with flashes and smokes you can get in and get the bomb down quick enough and perhaps clean up because it's very close, tight angles, not accounting for Hackham, of course. But yeah, nonetheless, great eco coming out there from Big Five, and Divo taking a lot of damages. That door play coming out from Custom. He did go down eventually to Divo, but like I said, powerful door play can cause a lot of issues on this A bomb site, and Sinister 5 still holding their ground. They're not gonna rotate out yet in this impenetrable.
Zero chance. He was crab walking behind Forklift there, and I was sure that he was spotted the top of his head, but unfortunately not. He gets taken down. But how are you feeling about these CZs lately? We've seen it in international games. We've seen it a lot in the local scene right now, and CZs are just absolutely insane. As you can see there, a dink straight on to Lighters, taking him down to 7 HP. But the CZ is just a little bit overpowered right now. I know they say, okay, well, it's not overpowered because the way you take it out is super slow. And, in those kind of burst situations, it's difficult. But if you have it out, the amount of damage and the speed that comes out of that pistol is insane.
Yeah, it was once upon a time called the Pocket AK. And once, I guess it is again, that powerful. But if you're going to have it out all the time, I mean, does it matter how long it takes to pull out? I mean, it's out, it's there, and it's powerful, as we see Hack'em just take down Lighters here. I mean, this is terrible. Spartan 3 HP, he's got head armor as well. They both got what's it, an M4A4 and a Galil. It's not enough time, unfortunately. He doesn't have the diffuse kit, but I mean, does he pick up a gun? He does. He gets a Galil for himself. So salvaged round there for Hack'em, gets another point on the board for himself. And yeah, it's just such a powerful gun. And especially at these tight angles, like on Cash, you're able to hold those close. As we saw, a couple of kills there were made from those tight angles. So really, really strong gun. As we see, little Convict wants it for himself. Picks it up, but yeah, another round of the board there for Big Five, and it's a slow round as well. That's what I love about this map so far, is that the rounds are very slow. You can see us cautious, even though it is still only the 4th round. Not a lot of big cash coming around just yet. I mean, it's going to be the last round save coming out here for Sinister 5, and then we'll see them pick up their rifles. But yeah, it's just, you can see the respect these two teams are playing with right now.
Yeah, that's the thing. They know these players. They've been playing against these players for a long time now. Convict opening straight up. But they've been playing with each other for a long time now, so they have that mutual respect, and they know that this could be anyone's game. But the unfortunate part, though, it's also well and said getting that first round, but if you lose the second one, you're on the back foot, you're going to lose the next one, and then it's all upward hill from there. So hopefully they can save some money, and then when they go into the next buy round, they'll be able to start making this comeback on the CT side. You don't want to lose too many CT rounds. But Big Five looking very confident now with these Galils in their hands. Still 2 Mag 10s, one a Lighter, one a Blaze. So they're just trying to farm up that money. And Lighters, he dinks down Hack'em to 15. So that is the problem with the long range SMG. But he's coming in to finish it off. And there we go. Blaze takes down Hack'em. And he finds the second one as well as he takes down Dada. So now bomb on B side, and they've cleared A side. So last player left. Spartan trying to find Divo with that CZ. Divo just trying to stay alive and hopefully finding a frag. Yeah, and there we go. CZ, he finds the headshot of Spartan, but it's not going to be enough. Custom ends it out 1-3 to Big Five.
Yeah. The great thing about now this gun round is we start to see how Big Five are going to play this cash map, because now it comes down to rifle versus rifle, and the French bar coming out from Sinister as well. No head armor, knowing that there's going to be a couple of AKs, but there's the Galil as well. So head armor could have been worth a buy in the end. We'll see if it does actually make a difference. Probably not, but I want to see what they're going to go. Are they going to go for the mid control Lighters? Is he lagging there? No, this is getting the smoke down as well. Return fire does actually tag Zero Chance through the garage door there, so it does take him 53. But I want to see what they're going to do. Are they going to look for that just solid A main push? You know, it looks like to be the play right now. The bomb is actually sitting by the boost over there, and is that close to a counter boost there almost? As you see, Rogue sitting pretty far forward there. I think it's going to come down to this door play right here. If Custom's able to take out a pick there, if he's able to get the guy in sight, if he's able to take down Divo, then this is going to open up that A-bomb side really wide. And it looks like they have had a lot more success on the A-bomb side so far. So we'll have to see if they're able to get through. Blaze needs to make the opening pick there. Doesn't get it down, but now they do know where he is. They're able to flash him out and get in the side. They do cross it off with the smoke. Divo does eventually go down.
Yep. Blaze finds Divo. Convict takes down Zero Chance through the smoke. Zero Chance did a great play there. He sat in smoke. He could hear them coming to side. He called the rotate. Team started rotating off, but unfortunately he just peeked at the wrong time and got taken down. Never mind though. Bomb's been planted. Lighters holding close box. This is a nice post-plant setup here from Big Five, as it is 5 alive, and looks like CTs are just going to save. So this is quite wise from them. They don't have the economy. They're losing the economy game right now. Save those rifles. Let's try force up, buy up on Divo and Zero Chance, and then try again in the next round. You don't want to have a snowball effect where you start losing round after round, and then you're not going to be able to come back. So wise choice here by Sinister.
I mean, this is probably the smartest thing to do right now, is obviously to chase them down. They are going to have a healthy economy. They've won 4 rounds in a row, so they're going to get a nice win. They look at that 10k almost on Spartan and Convict. So hunting down was probably the best thing. They do escape with 2 M4s, so it's salvageable. And we know we yet to see them really start putting down a little bit of defense on that A-bomb side, as it has been punished quite a bit now. Even though that was the first gun round, we'll have to wait and see what they can pull off now leading forward. They will start having their loss bonus coming up pretty soon, so it's always something to look forward to on that CT side. But obviously you blink your eyes and you know it's 14-1 and the round's over. So yeah, we have to see what can they do to change up here. Now a little bit of change up as well coming out from Big Five, they do enter straight through into the checkered room. Hackem's in a good position here, but not able to connect with the CZ, and they will take B bomb side pretty flawlessly here. Not a single casualty just yet. Actually, not even a smidge of damage done to any players on Big Five.
One issue with players that have been on the scene for so long is they've played against, you know, players from Sinister 5 for a long time, and they know what they like to do. So just peeking wide there, making sure that they're not going to let Hackem get some kills from Generator and B. You know, they're just not going to let those things slide. Nice to see here from Big Five, looking strong in this first map. This is a BO3, so we do have time and zero chance. Slow to the shoot there, and Blaze just to finish it out. Zero chance looks like he timed out for a second, and that's what you get. Give Big Five a second, and your head's going right off.
Oh, that was actually quite a smart little move there. They put everyone in the A main garage, hoping for some unsuspected person to run around and just so they can pick off maybe one or two more rifles. I mean, they put both the M4s in that A main as well, but unfortunately, it was not meant to be. And they will lose. There comes the AWP out now from Zero Chance. So this is what I was hoping to see. No AWP yet on Big Five. So the AWP could play that next big crucial role for Sinister to get them back in the game. Obviously, there has been a lot of emphasis on that mid. There's been a peek or two coming out there, but Rogue does go down to Blazers. They do actually go for a push into A main. Ballsy play, which is exactly what they need to do right now to kind of pull this deficit back a bit, but it's not going to be enough as he just gets taken down by Blaze. Another player who's been actually pressing quite a lot lately, and that's going to cause a couple of issues here for Zero Chance AWP. He's going to be obviously watching down from the highway right now as he tries to try and move back in. He's still playing from deep in mid, so he's going to be switching around there looking at highway and car, but now, I mean, ISO, Big Five, all the players alive. This could actually be a massive play coming out from Duddy. It does take down two.
Yeah, that
evens it out quite a bit.
Yeah, that was a much needed 2 there by Dada. So he holding mid quite nicely, which is what you need to do on Cash. Hold that mid. And now a chance here for Sinister. They need to find another frag. Dada, can he get a third in mid? He gets tagged down to 32. Custom. He's on 68. He's just going to hold this angle. Make sure no one pushes through. Looks like it's going to be a B setup.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, really good whites coming there, but Hackem once again, are they going to underestimate? Bomber goes in first, does get brought down, and that's a bit of a problem. From this headshot spot right here, Hackem does have those fast fingers, so the quick peaks coming down here aren't going to be a bit of an issue because there's a lot of angles to check out here as you walk in. Yeah, Lighters could be the man to bring him down, spots his head, gets him with a shot. Perfect. Now it's just his old teammate now with the AWP. You think he knows where he is. He's guessing where he is, sitting up towards that uppers there, but I mean, they just don't peek him here, right? They just don't even look.
Guessing Kappa. Anyway, Zero Chance. 1 versus 2. He has an open hands. Bomb has been planted. This is a great setup. This is a classic setup here by Big Five. Just that crossfire, but custom. He peeks and gets the headshot. I think Lighters must have heard his step and gave him that information because that was a perfect peek there. And Custom takes him down. And that's what you want to do. When you're in a 1 versus 2 situation, don't peek. You know the player has to come and defuse. Set up a crossfire. Hold the angle. And then when you get that information, peek out, take the shot together, and make sure you secure that round. Even though you 1-5 up, you want to secure every single round because the game can change at any point. So looking good right now. 6-1 and another save coming out by Sinister 5. And this is starting to get a little bit dangerous. Not good news indeed for Sinister 5 as they're starting to struggle here.
Oh, Hackem gets lit through that smoke there by Lighters. But I'm not too sure I agree with the play that put double push mid with the AWP. I mean, they had such a good... I mean, the AWP was going to hold middle. They weren't going to allow Convict to just burst through middle and pick off the person in mid like he has a few times. Although double P coming out into A main does give results as they do pick up a AK-47 on Zero Chance, but he will get taken trying to go back. No crossfire coming out there from his teammate. As Spartan will take down Divo as well. So yeah, I felt they might play a little bit safer with that AWP in hand earlier or in the previous round, but none of that, unfortunately.
None of that indeed. Dada Hackem sees his in hands, and looks like another round job for Big Five. What do you think? What do you think Sinister 5 can do in this situation? So they're going to go into another rifle now after this round. What do you think they can do to change things up? How can they counter this Big Five? I mean, it's not like you can read them at all because Big Five are playing all of the map. They're suddenly at A, then they're in mid, then they're pushing towards B with the last 2 players. So it's very hard to counter this, but what in your opinion do you think they can do just to try and help the situation right now?
Well, mid isn't really the problem at the moment. They Convict every other round will get a pick there as he does go looking for one, but A, I mean, they all Big Five are doing right now. They're just winning on aim, and they're just doing stock standard executes. That's it. They're stepping. They're just getting the upper hand on Sinister, and the only thing to do to that is just play more defensive. Sit back in your sight. Hold your angles. Don't let them. Some people say peek is advantage and whatnot, but just keep an eye on what's going on around you. Use your sound cues, know where they are, and you can't keep losing to these set default plays like this. I feel like it's something that they're probably discussing right now in comms. They're like, how do you guys keep losing A? How do you let them just rush into B like that? And again, now what I want to see is, so let's see right now. So they got the AWP once again. Divo needs to hold his angle. He needs to sit far back. So what they do now for a more safe play is they play one person at forklift. They play one person in the corner of A, right in the corner up against almost where the door is. And he just spots that angle. If anyone pushes towards car, he's got that angle. If anyone pushes towards door from A main, the angle's covered like that. And it's his job, it's Divo's job in the corner to watch the player as he's crossing out from the forklift to kill that player. And that stops that smoke. If they smoke Divo off, he has a clear path to run back. And now they've got the AWP, and this feels like the AWP sitting far back at car or in the A-bomb side. So Divo, you see the corner he was looking at right now, that's the corner he sits in. But they do molly it out, but then you're able to either smoke yourself and get out. So you got to kind of play it by ear. You see the mollies coming, you get out. Now they're giving up the A-bomb side, but this is smart. They've fallen back, they've got the AWP. Divo steps, does stop the bomb, to stop the bomb plant. There you go, zero chance in once again. And this is it now. This is what they've been needing to do for the past few games. Rounds, sorry.
That's perfect. I mean, they sit back, they let them get side, and then go in for the counter. They found 2 frags already. Divo did a great job just holding up close there, as you said. Once the mollies come out, throw down a smoke. Very tactical play. And I liked how the CTs as well pushed towards B. Or Spartan, he finds 1, he finds 2. Nice headshots there from Spartan, finding 2 frags. And Convict holding close to that AWP, finding zero chance. Zero chance at an AWP itself. And Convict finding Hakim. Unfortunately, just not going to go in the favor of Sinister 5, but the CTs did a better job there. I like how Dada pushed B early on. He almost found a frag. He tagged, I'm not sure who the player was, but he tagged the player down to 50 HP. So nice aggressive play and a push from B side, and then just a more conservative play on A side. Didn't go in their favor, but it definitely was a lot closer than we have seen. So maybe changing things up a little bit here will go in their favor soon, so we can get a closer game. But we can't take it away from Big Five, who are just looking on fire right now.
Yeah, and I mean the problem there was that door play by Blaze was just Spartan rather. They couldn't do anything about it. They didn't peek it correctly. They both kind of just ran. I think someone was picking up a gun in the meantime, crossing. Like, they know the 2 players are alive. They've cleared out the bomb site. The only 2 possible ways is they're either both coming from A main, or they're one's going to come out door. I mean, obviously there's speedway and all that stuff, but they had those angles covered. Instead, they both ran and then just picked off. And then, of course, when his teammate goes down, the refrag just wasn't there. He just got sprayed down as well. I mean, it was awesome spray control coming out from Spartan to just hold that down and get those 2 frags. But at the same time, I feel like that was just it's little mistakes right now. So that's costing Sinister. I mean, they're right there. They're keeping the rounds close. They're keeping the rounds close. Everyone, there's 1-2 people left alive on Big Five, but it's just those small things. It's unnecessary deaths. And Blaze does take down zero chance. Who was holding that angle?
Yeah, it was the angle you called. He just didn't have a smoke though. Rogue, he finds one. There's CZ again. There's another CZ diver. So that's 2 CZ kills right now. Still 4 in the hands of the CTs. So maybe we could see something interesting come out here, which would be a shame because Big Five are doing everything right this round. But yeah, it's been close rounds after round, and sneaky Fox just coming out and getting their frag. And that's what you said. Listen for those sound cues. And that's what you get for listening, paying attention to CSGO. And that's what you have to do at this level, because that's what sets you apart. Convict, he finds one. Hack him now. He needs to shine, but he can't because Lighter shuts him down.
Yeah.
And just like that, the whole round is turned around. And that's the thing. Like, Big Five, they're on A, and it looks like an A execute, and it sucks up the CTs into it. CTs get 2 frags, and then suddenly bomb is getting planted on B side. Like, it's so tough to read Big Five right now, and they've obviously been doing the homework. They got the notepads out, and they're writing down these strats in that book, and it's paying off.
I mean, this game is still salvageable for Sinister. I mean, we really cannot count them out at all. 6-9 is sort of fantastic finish on CT. T side is just so powerful there, but with a well-structured T side up against, on any team really on cash, it's just going to run away with the game. And who knows? I mean, Sinister could have a really strong T side as well. They like I said, it's very small mistakes. I'm not sure what's going on over here. They're kind of messing around a bit right now, Sinister trying to get ahead, and this is going to be whack-a-mole for Hack'em right now as he picks them off. He's holding that angle, tight angle. He's got the cover as well from Rogue here on Speedway, so this is going to be a really easy pick in here. Convict wants to take the refrag here of Hack'em. He knows where he is. They try to molly him out. He did actually escape into the site, but Spartan somehow snuck out as well. So he's in a great position here to get a little bit of information as well as peek. He's going to watch that balcony round now. Will take down Rogue. So great timing there. Divo still alive though, 19 HP in the site, and has to be careful. Hack'em just with the AWP. Sorry, you have 2 AWPs actually, and this could have been the strategy from earlier ago, that they needed to take ages ago, was the double AWP setup.
Yeah, maybe they could have, but they didn't have the economy to do that, and that's what Big Five did. They've just been monitoring that economy and making sure they didn't have the money to buy up. Now they have it, and we're on a 2 versus 1, so now finally it looks like we can get around in the bag here for Sinister 5, unless Convict does something. Convict, he finds a no-scope onto Dada on the balustrade, and that is insane, and Zero Chance gets flashed off and he misses his shot. So now we're on 1 versus 1. He needs to take that CZ. Well, no, he's got the USP, so he needs to take the USP. He knows he's low. 3 HP on Convict, and he's going to run into A main. That is insane. That no scope could possibly win this round for Big Five, and that's going to be hurtful. No respect towards Sinister whatsoever.
I mean, he knows where he is. He heard this. He heard him running there. He has to go in, gets it. Zero Chance will put a round on the board for Sinister 5, and yeah, that no scope. Where's the Twitch clips? That could be probably a highlight, man. A highlight for the package.
Hey, it's all pointless. I mean, it's great getting a no scope, cool, but it's pointless if you don't clutch it out. Zero Chance. He gets flashed off his off track, comes back, flashes himself, and gets the round for his team. Zero Chance was the bottom fragger, and that he did the work there, and he got that round for his team. So nice to see him coming alive. Hopefully we see a little bit more of that, and if we can see some no-scopes from Convict, I'm down.
Yeah, I mean, I never look at scoreboard. A player like Zero Chance, his impact on the game is not felt on scoreboard. It never has been. It's his calm collectiveness. It's his way to get the important rounds like that if he needs to. If you look at a player like Elusive and Bravado, they played together for years, or about 2 years. I'm not saying like Elusive and Zero Chance, and I kind of find their play styles a lot similar. Like they're both very core support players in pretty much any team they play. But when it comes down to those clutch moments, more times often than not, they actually have a great clutch, like that round right there. Obviously Zero Chance doing really well, but yeah, we see them playing a lot safer now. Have a look at this. Just you see like an absolute static hold almost for Sinister 5 as their way to see what Big Five are going to do. And there's really, I mean, now they need to start looking. Now they need to start digging into the strat book and thinking like, what can we do? What can we change up? We've pushed A few times. We've rushed into B. Are we let's go for that mid control. Spartan and Spartan and Lighters taking up that highway, picking A. There we go.
Yeah.
Take control of mid.
Blaze taking the head of Divo as he's trying to sneak his way onto A site. But look here, B sets coming in. We got smokes, we got mollies. We have a flash to teammate, but the smoke's in the right place. Bomber's going to get onto B site. Will there be a push through smoke? No. They're going to hold straight and hack him. If he can find this frag here, it's going to go a long way and help him to get this. And there we go, hack him. He finds the head of Blaze. So now we're on a 4 versus 3. Bomber's down. But a chance here as Checkers has been opened up. Custom. He's going to be in charge of holding that area. Getting all the CTs close. And there's going to be a team push coming through shortly. Spartan, he finds one. Convict with that off shot. He finds second off shot. And the third on the head. There's a data to end it off. And unfortunately, the threads are just unraveling here for Sinister 5. Yet again, 210 CT side, first map of this BO3. Not looking good.
Yeah, eco reset as well coming out there for them after Zero Chance's heroic efforts in the round before that. Now set to a hard reset here, and this is going to put them ahead even more. But I can't help it once again. I mean, I talked about how static they were playing and how passive they were playing. I can't help but say that was part of the problem. They completely let mid go through. Look at the Spartan running through mid, and obviously it's an eco round, so they're not going to be able to really do much here, other than just, you know, throw bodies in front of big 5 players. But they've got those CZs, so let's see if they can salvage something here from this round. Maybe pick up a rifle or two, because they need it. They're edging into a very dangerous room here. And sorry, dangerous place rather, with the scoreboard, and they need to pull things back. Nice pick there by Dada as well. Diverters going down, and I mean, this is just an eco, so there's not really much to talk about here.
Yeah, unfortunately we can't hype this too much because they're getting shut down every time they peak. But Blaze going nutty. He's been hitting some crazy headshots today, being very consistent tonight, so it's nice to see. And it's nice to see Big 5 just on the up and up. This is what we want to see from these players. We know they have that experience. We know they can keep their cool and just grind out these rounds. And Custom taking 0 chance down. And now it's up to Sinister 5 to play their mental game, right? So they're going to be down to 11. This is the first map. They still have other maps to play. They still got another half to switch to shortly. Just keep it calm, sit down, talk to the guys and be like, hey, let's get one round at least. Let's go into the second half and see what we can do. We need to make these guys respect us, because right now they're just running all over us, and soon there's gonna be a negative buy coming out to spray us down. So we need to make sure that Big 5 just keep that respect. We don't get salty, we don't throw it away, and we just start playing the game, because Sinister 5 can hit those shots. It's been close round after round. There's no reason why they can't make this a closer game.
Really great spawn there from Lighters. Gave him the AWP and try to go for the quick shot in mid. I mean, it's an eco once again, so he could actually be in a bit of trouble if they do put numbers towards mid, but it looks like they're going to be just spreading out once again, hoping for those close angles. They do negate A a little bit, putting just one player in there, just Hackham going to be in A, so they actually switched it up a bit. They put their ace in the A bomb side, hoping that he could just kind of shut things down a bit here, but it's been a problem. So the door, this player coming out there, Hackham does go down, and he tries to play balls. He actually runs through the molly as well to try and get that pick. I mean, it's that time in the match where you need to start playing these ballsy plays to try and make things work here. Nice pick up while Rogue goes down, great headshot, and it's just gonna be aim practice.
What? Where did he even come from?
He's hiding in the corner there.
That's insane. I mean, that could have worked, but if we just saw, okay, so let's narrow this down. There was no smoke in aim whatsoever because they don't have utility. Okay, we get that, but Hackham is hiding behind forklift, and he allows a player to go all the way across to the left hand side of A main, and then he throws a molly and pushes him out of forklift. Why is he being scared? Why is he not holding that angle? As soon as the player starts to cross, take him down before he can throw that molly. And Sinister 5 just need to be careful that they don't get in a situation where they start to be scared and not get confident, and they just run away from fights. But there we go, Hackham, he finds 2 as he's flashed. Dada comes in, and that's what we're saying, we need that confidence. And Hackham, he finds the 3rd one, and now there's 1 left and another round hopefully in the bag here, unless Custom can go big, and that's what they need that confidence.
I think we're digging a bit too deep there into an eco round. I mean, he just kind of wanted to get the frag. He's taking guns away as best he can. Custom does pick up 1, picks up 2. This is not possible. Surely not. Custom right now going to clutch this. GoTV kind of gives it away when it switches over to a player. You kind of know that player's going to get the kill. But let's see. Maybe Custom gets it. Let's see. What's it going to be? Custom busting out. He knows the players to control the bomb side B. But where are they is the big question right now. He's obviously getting a little bit of information from his dead teammates, but I don't know. It's the last round. I say just get guns blazing. Go in. Does he ace this? Probably not.
I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to see if he can clutch this out. Just for the highlight clips. There comes a molly. Okay. He knows that's clear. He has to have an idea that Hackham's here. Surely he's going to go fast. He's going to go for it.
Hackham doesn't lose these.
Hackham doesn't lose these. Hackham doesn't lose these. There we go. A headshot onto Custom. He's not going to get another round in the bag there. But Sinister 5, 3, 12. So as I said, just try and get one more round, play round for round, go into the next half. Still got 3 rounds to play with. Get the pistols, take it up to 6. Things aren't looking as bad as they were.
So now, this is one thing which I actually failed to mention when we were talking about the 2 teams earlier, is Hackham is a crazy entry fragger. And when he gets fired up, you have to worry. You have to think to yourself, shit, something's gonna go wrong here. And you know, if Hackham, if he's angry, which I'm 90% sure he is, he's going to start fragging like a demon. What is he on right now? Let's have a look at the scoreboard real quick. So he's holding on as the top fragger. I mean, I expect nothing less from him. We saw how well he played in the previous round, but I do get scared for teams when Hackham's on. When Hackham's firing, it's very, very scary. He can clean up a bomb site by himself.
That's some big words for our man Hackham here. Let's hope he lives up to it because they could use it right now. Shifting over to the terror side, we have Sinister 5, who's Zero Chance, Diver, Dada, Rogue, and Hackham. Playing for Big 5 tonight, we have Custom, Blaze, Convict, Lighters, and Spartan. We're going to call Little Con Convict. That is his registered name, and that is why we're calling him that. So if you guys are wondering who we're calling out, it's Little Con in this game. This is the map 1 of BO3 on cash. 312 in the favor of the CTs right now. Big 5 looking like the favorites for this map, but maybe your boy Hackham will step it up and clutch some rounds here for this team.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's Caster's curse right now. It's not going to happen because I went and said that he's a player to watch, but he is holding the bomb right now. So this is interesting. It's going to be to that A bomb side. By looks of things, a smoke, a molly, a smoke, and a flash. And this is good setup mechanics they got right now. Hackham's going to play the door, which can be dangerous. If he gets out that door and gets us opening frags, they are kind of descending upon A right now as they do come out. The molly's in a less than favorable spot. They're going to run through give away their sound cues, bursting around the corner. Their Dada's looking for that opening frag. Hasn't spotted it out just yet. He will get the first player down though. It's been a nice quick one there. Divo does get traded out immediately as the rest of Sinister just rather going to move around the map here, try to get those picks. Custom now alone here once the frag does get through, and still cleaning up.
Yeah, 3 versus 3 now. Bomb is down, and suddenly we're on a 1 versus 3, and things are looking good here for Sinister. They need to find the last player, which is Custom. And how is Custom going to play this? He peeks out from Squeaky. He's got side to himself right now. He's probably wondering what the hell's going on, but he's going to be sorely met by 3 pistols, and never mind, Zero Chance. He sees him first, takes him down, and get some frags on the board. A nice clean round there by Sinister 5. And that was, as you said, use the utility. They didn't go for the standard, oh, let's just buy armors and rush down. They bought some pistols. They had some utility as well and managed to get out that round. AK coming out here for Divo. Yep. Aggressive buy. Feeling confident. I like it.
Well, it's also often an overseen strategy that teams use against, use on the T side rather, is if they're familiar with their opponent's retake ability, they will punish it. If they know that the team they're playing against doesn't really have a strong retake, they'll buy a lot of utility and they'll make sure they keep that bomb site flooded. They keep them away from the bomb site for as long as possible. The entry fraggers, if not, will clean out the bomb site, and then if the team falls back, then often the opposing team is very comfortable. Sorry, just try follow my thought here for a second. Is obviously if the CT side falls back, they're obviously very comfortable in their retake ability, but teams can use that to punish their opponents. And I don't think this might be the case. I don't know what Big 5 have in terms of retake ability. We didn't unfortunately get to see a lot of great retakes coming out from Sinister 5 in their CT half, but it is a strategy that a lot of teams like to punish.
Yeah, and that comes down back to the IGL just reading the game, figuring out what the team likes to do, figuring out what they're comfortable with, and what kind of team are they on the night, and then the IGL make those calls and change up the gameplay. If they like sitting back, well then get up close, personal, hold the close angles with SMGs, and it could be a very cheap round for you. If they like being aggressive, then you might want to get those rifles. And then Spartan, he finds one, and Convict also finds one. So this is not how they want the second, this is the third round now to go. And Rogue finally finding one. Sorry, this is the second round of the half. So we don't want a repeat of the first half. And Dada needs to hold this from Convict. 3 versus 3, bomb yet to be planted.
Custom can be dangerous with this scout, and something we have to always remember is he's a pretty solid scoper, and when he starts firing, But they're going to clean up pretty quickly. Custom lost and left alive. He might be able to pick off one here. I'll be surprised if he doesn't, but I think he might actually just save. To be honest with you, it is still a powerful rifle to have the scout. If you're able to fall back, tag one player there, tags him in the leg.
What?
Second. Yeah, they're actually all so low. If only he knew. Oh, he gets chased down by Rogue, gets pushed. But yeah, I mean, again, if we to carry on my thought, just example, a team like Bravado, they are, in my opinion, probably the best retake team in the country, and that's a team you will try and delay their retake, but obviously you'll focus heavier on those initial frags to cut them down, because if they're going to take you back 5v5 or 5v4, you're going to struggle to hold that bomb site against them, and so teams know that's one of the ways to play against Bravado. It's they're just such a strong retake team, but they're strong everything team. But you know, their retake's one thing that I think sets them out sets them out from the rest of the teams in South Africa. But this could be, I mean, this is looking like a fantastic start here for Big Five, and it's sorry, for Sinister 5, and it is a strong team map.
Yeah, and luckily for these teams, Bravado is not in the country, so they don't have to worry about that. But as we said, if Sinister 5 can find the first 3 rounds, it'll put them up to 6-12, and that's a good start. 0 chance finding Spartan. So this is the road to comeback here, Congo. And Custom trying to foil that plan, but Rogue, he finds one. Can he find the second? He is flashed off now, but he sees through the flash and takes down Convict as well. So now he finds 2 in mid, mid's wide open. Dada sprays down lighters, and a full B rush call has come in, and they know Custom is on A side. He found the frag. That's great. Let him have A side. He can be the king of A side because bomb is going to get planted on B. 6-12 surely coming out here for Sinister 5, and a slow comeback. Finally, a much closer game looks like we'll be having in our future. Congo Carl joining us today. How are you feeling about this first map so far?
Yeah, it's a good re-entry into CSGO, I guess, for myself. I mean, it's these 2 teams, as we did talk about earlier in the cast, is, well, the competition's a lot tighter this year around. We've got a lot of new teams coming in. The Masters is spread. If you had to put a gun to my head and ask me who's going to win, you know, who's going to win Masters at Comic-Con, I wouldn't be able to tell you. I'd probably take that bullet. If I had to make an educated guess, I'd still probably take that bullet as well. So it's exciting to be back, and I love Cash. I love Mirage. Probably 2 of my favorite maps to cast. Next would probably be Overpass, but that's the first 2 maps we have today. It's Cash, it's Mirage, and then it's Inferno. Not Inferno, sorry, Nuke. Nuke I'm not too thrilled about, but this is where it's going to come down right now. We're going to see a buy coming out from Big Five. Not the healthiest. I mean, a lot of utility on Spartan, even though he does have that small, tiny SMG, but full AK-47 coming out there. Sorry, Dado with a Galil. So, I mean, this is probably going to be something Soxana. This will see what strategy Sinister 5 want to play with, and it looks like, I mean, it looks like a little bit of mid control. If they are going to throw that molly into the vents, they are going to probably try to look to breach that mid. Do have a lot of players sitting out there, perhaps mid to vents. They do have one player sitting really, really close there in the vents, so this could actually be the play right here, ISO.
Yeah, the vents play is always sneaky, but we like foxy plays. Spartan, he's going to need to find some frags. The bomb is moving its way towards B. So they are reading this well. They have that mid presence, making sure that no players get a mid, and that's what you want to do on Cash. So they got that locked down. It looks like they have pushed all the way onto B side now, and it's up to Spartan to secure vents. And they got on pretty convincingly. Blaze. Oh, so we got two in checkers now. We've got Blaze, and we have Spartan. Blaze, he finds one. So there we go. 0 chance gets taken down. It's 2 in checkers. So this is great retake potential here.
That's such a tough site.
Sinister 5. Tough site, but they can do it.
Yeah, it's just B is just one of those horrible sites. It takes some really well-timed coordination coming out from your teammates to get those flashes. And they do have a good position though. They've got players coming out on top. Their lighter steps up along, so that is probably the best scenario they could go for. Their Hacken though is cleaning up quite nicely, but it is not going to be enough as Rogue and Hacken go down. Doesn't need the kit, I don't think. He's going to go for the full defuse here. And that was perfect. I mean, the way both Lighters and, I think, Lighters and Convicts, sorry, Lighters and Blaze stepped out there. You know, one on top of the platform, one below the platform. They still had the player in checkers as well. He was smoked off, but that was like near perfect breach. And Flash came out as well, so retake ability there for Big Five really on par. But now they've reached that dangerous, and I like to call it the home stretch. Those 13 rounds, where, you know, you just got to get 3 more to win, and that's easy enough if you upset a team's economy, like they may do right after this.
Yeah, they don't want to get caught in a situation where they can't clutch it out, but the economy is not the best on both teams. So if they win this one, they break the economy of, or basically whoever wins this one breaks the opponent's economy. So then there's going to be definitely another round of the bag for them. Well, should, unless CZs come out. But Big Five, if they win this one, should go 14-6, and then they're looking at getting that match point almost. Map point. And just taking it slow around here. All around the map. T's taking it very slow. Some mollies coming out, just covering off some corners, trying to figure out where these CTs are sitting. Convict in a slightly off angle. And that is just relying on his teammates to make sure they hold mid and watch his flank. Custom
nice
does
pick.
that. Takes down Rogue.
Yep, and this is the mid control that we wanted to see coming out from Sinister when they were playing on their CT side. Although mid wasn't really that much a priority for Big Five on the T side. I mean, it looks like it's going to try to be one of those pressure points that Sinister are going to try and get. But I don't think they have the luxury to really play around to see how much pressure they can put on mid. Nice pick there from Convict, almost on the run there, bit of a drive-by op shot coming out on Hack'em. Hack'em would be happy about that. One play out on Khan, he's taking down divers there, and this man as well, also potent on those side clears. We'll see if we can pick up Convict. Convict though catches his shoulder right on the edge there. That's going to be another round on the board as you predicted, ISO. And this is dangerous times right now for Sinister.
Yeah, they have to go. I mean, they can either go for the option of trying to claw their way up and get that overtime, but when it's 14-6, you need to force up here. Just try your best to clutch any round, or worst comes to worst, you let this one go into map 2, and this was just your warm-up. So
yeah,
they are opting for that option. We have 2 AKs, 2 CZs, and a Deagle in the hands of the T's here. Big Five looking to take this to 15 and then run away with it as they take map 1. That is the dream. Anyway, it's not over yet. Bomb moving its way towards a site. Sinister 5 struggling just to get into this game. They got the first 3 rounds with the pistols, but that's almost a given if you win the first one, unless you pull the first half and mess that one up. But anyway, we still have a lot of CSGO to come, so it's not over yet.
Although Custom and Spartan go for a push, but Hack'em, cleaned up crew in a main. It doesn't matter. Chest shot there for Convict. Little Con will bring him down. And I mean, this is one of the players. I mean, when Hadley's firing, man. Rogue as well will bring him down. Does get on to the immediately by Blaze. So we're going to decide there. Oh, could have been a bit cheeky there. Dada, if you had to get those taps through, but Convict is up close and personal with the CZ. Bomb's not in his favor there. Weird little duck shot coming out there. It actually clips him right at the end. But yeah, map point here for Big Five.
Map point 15-6. Sinister 5. Got to think all about the next map right now. Let this one go. Just play it out.
Do you start thinking about that next map? I mean, did they start thinking about it when they were like 12-6 down? Or they're like, all right, boys, we did our best. Let's start thinking about Mirage, because I mean, that could be the win for them.
Yeah, it all comes down to your experience and your confidence as your team, and are you making little mistakes and each round is going close by close? Because then you can always bring it back if you just tighten that up. I've seen Hellraisers come back on overpass from like, I think it was 12-3, and then they came back and lost only 1 round in the next half. But I think when you're in a situation where you are now, where it's 6-15, clearly your second half isn't going that well once you get rifles. Maybe Cash is just not your map right now. Maybe you're just not feeling warm right now. Let's just let it go. Let's have fun with the last couple of rounds that we have. Let's try just get the team energy back up. Let it go into the next map, come back with different spirits, and then try win that one. It is a BO3, so it gives you that leeway. But right now, what they have to do is just not get disheartened. You don't want to start losing that mental game before you even go into map 2.
Well, let's see here. They got the CZs. They're going to perhaps go for the fast breach on B. It looks to be the play right now. They do go underneath the balcony. They are pushing what looks like into A. Sorry, it's into B, but they're going to get brought down. Whack-a-mole there for the Convict. And that's going to be a 3k there for him to end that map off. That's going to put them in a great position going into Mirage. Nice case there for Zero Chance as well. So, I mean, not really much to talk about in that game there. Big Five just obviously being ahead there came to play. And, well, we're going to have to hope that Mirage is the map, even though we're going to Inferno. And I hope that Mirage is the map that Sinister can bring it back on.
Yeah, convincing win there though by Big Five, and obviously all the props to them. They had a tight ship. Everyone was hitting their shots. Everyone was covering each other. They had great flashes to to help their teammates in. They baited well on A and then pushed the bomb towards B site. I think they did everything well, and I think it was a tough ask of Sinister to even try to do anything against that, cash setup of Big Five. So definitely props to them, and this is what we wanted to see, and this is what we said in the beginning. We want to see Big Five get back to their old form where everyone is working together as a team. You can find that synergy and you can start getting those rounds back. So even though Sinister 5 only went 16-6, We have to give it up to Big Five. Just did a great job at just holding those rounds together, and they look great on both sides. So it's going to be hard to predict now because Sinister 5 struggled both halves. Big Five did great both halves. Was it just a case of the map? Was it just a case of them not feeling it? Did they get into themselves mentally? Will we see a different team coming onto Mirage?
I mean, I should certainly hope so. A little bit more excitement, but I think it was very small mistakes coming out there from Sinister 5. I mean, not necessarily. I wouldn't say that Big Five played the game of their lives to kind of get such a fantastic scoreline. I think they just did what they came to do. Like I said, where they held those angles on their T side, they won the duels, which were the most important thing for them. Flawless entries pretty much coming through. The A bomb side was punished, and I think at the end of the day, it was just Sinister 5 not firing. That was their shots just weren't there, and that's so crucial starting on the CT side. Most teams actually prefer starting on CT side because it gives you that like stock stable, you can hang out a bit, you can just make sure you hold your angles, shut down those pushes, and it gives you a bit of a warm-up. I like to think, at least. Maybe this is just a mental quip that I have when it comes to playing CSGO. I love starting on the CT side, but then again, some teams, they thrive on that T side, and that's exactly what we saw coming out there from Big Five. And I mean, I wouldn't go as far as to say that they just absolutely ran over them. It was just very, very, very small mistakes coming out from Sinister, and hopefully it's mistakes. I mean, probably Zero Chance being probably the most level-headed and the kind of veteran on the team is probably saying to the guys right now, like, look, don't worry about it. We're going to start on the T side right now. We're going to hammer them. We showed we had some power on our T side, maybe just a little too late. And he's probably revving up Hackham. Probably telling him Hackham and Divo, revving him up, being like, guys, let's go get those entries. Because again, 2 players, fantastic entry fraggers, and they're on this team. They just need that backup, that support, and I think a little bit of room just to work.
Yeah, maybe the captain's just gonna get some YouTube videos going of just someone swearing at a little child, and then play that for Hackham and Divo, and get them angry and get them into this game. But Hackham was doing a great job in that previous map. I mean, he was hitting nice shots. I just don't think he had the team support for that one, but that could change here on Mirage. Divo as well playing well, and then Zero Chance started playing some off angles, and it worked out for him. So I think if they just get back to their default settings, they just play as a team, tighten those those bolts, and then we could see a whole different team here, and I hope we do see that. First map was on Cash. They win 16-6 in favor of Big Five. And now we're going to Mirage, just waiting for all the players to get in. This is in warm-up currently. And third map, Nuke, which is going to be a wild card. I don't think anyone can ever predict Nuke. Nuke is just, it's a strange map.
Nuke is it's surprisingly T-sided, believe it or not. It's actually becoming more of a strong T map. Used to be like not CT, but I mean... no, what am I talking about? It's CT, still CT sided. Sorry, my brain slipped there for a second. It's still CT sided, and obviously the changes to the B bomb side makes it actually even more powerful for the CT side. It's easier for them to get in, but yeah, it's just such a. It's I agree with you. It's going to be a flip. But the way it's going today, I mean, we'll see if Sinister can put up a better fight this map. Then we can really see if it was just Big Five playing way better than them, or if Big Fives were just capitalizing on their mistakes, and which I personally feel is the case. But we'll see. They just do some aim practice here in the CT side.
And also, this is the beginning of League 3, roughly. So if Sinister 5 fall out now, they just know, okay, this is what we have to work on. So we know they're a good team. We know they can hit those shots. So still got a lot of CSGO come in the next couple of weeks and months, but this is definitely an interesting story that is unfolding here as Big Five are looking on form. So it's nice to see them coming up. I think Lighters, maybe he can go step up a little bigger. We know he is quite a crafty player. He likes, he gets in these situations where he's always like the last player standing, and I love watching him in those situations. So it'd be nice if we can see a couple of them coming up here. But he wasn't needed in the previous map as his team had his back. Should we should we just take it to some questions while we wait for this to go through? If anyone in chat has questions.
1 sec. I just want to quickly see what the upcoming games are real quick. So we do have Energy versus XTC, or the Energy Academy, before people get too excited. The Energy versus XTC. I think there's a couple of games. There's a game coming up on Sunday. I think we are going to be covering another game on Sunday as well. So there's definitely going to be tons of action. I mean, it's going to be all the build up as we were on the way to Comic-Con, and that's going to be an awesome event. I personally cannot wait. So Sin 5. So we got Goliath Gaming versus Elite Pro, and then Big 5 versus Energy Academy. Those two games on the same day. Yeah. So that's going to be fun.
Yeah,
double cast that day, all day.
Wait, which day is this double cast?
I think it's Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. Let me check quick. Third, what's the third? Third is a Sunday, isn't it?
It is Sunday, yes. Yes,
oh,
sir.
church boys. Everyone's going to come for that church service. CSGO church. Sorry, don't mean to offend any religious people in the channel. It's not church, it's just CSGO. But yeah, there you can have your questions
We
now.
can make anything a religion in 2018. We're good.
Yeah.
But yeah, currently sitting in warm-up, so a lot of CSGO to come. We will announce that on Twitter, Facebook, Discords, Steam groups, all over the places, Instagram. So we will definitely let you guys know when that goes down. This is for VS Gaming, as you guys can see on the screen with all the logos. Robert Moore, how does it feel to be back casting such great games? It's really good. I think for Congo as well. I mean, you haven't casted in a while. I haven't casted in a while, and we haven't casted together before. So it's quite nice for us to jump straight back into a game like this, where we know the teams a little bit. We've casted them before, and it's nice just to be casting again. To be honest, to talk about CS:GO, and I may be a bit rusty, and it might be sounding terrible, but it's been really fun, and I'm looking forward to this next map, and that's where we're going right now.
Yeah, I'm just sad I haven't seen enough of these teams in the past few months. I've kind of been slacking a little bit. I know, haven't really watching, but now I'm back in, and I'm stoked. I mean, there's so many great CS tournaments on internationally right now, so I feel it's such a great time to get back into CS:GO as we do, edge our way to the end of the year. It has been a quiet year. Who do you think are the best, strongest team in SN? I mean, probably still Energy Esports, who are in South African scene right now. I mean, Bravado aren't here. That would be a tough competition, but yeah, I think Energy are still just a really, really, really strong team. Spartan calls for CT. By the looks of things. Yeah, so that means they're going to be starting on the CT side. You want to add a retort to my Energy comment?
Yeah, no, I just want to say, obviously, I think Energy is everyone's favorite for South Africa. But if we're looking at VS right now, I would say Goliath would probably be my strongest pick, because they're doing well at the moment.
Well, we'll have to see. I mean, what was their position in Leg 2? I can't remember. But they did have a change, if I'm not mistaken.
I think they came out on top, if I'm not mistaken. Could be mistaken.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. I mean, I'm
fanboying.
Yeah. I mean, I'm personally, I mean, this is the pistol round, so we can just talk a little bit. I personally, GG are probably one of my more favorite teams, I'd say. Both of them are Big 5, and they're just doing great things. And what's me coming from the marketing and advertising world, the way they're marketing and advertising their teams is just great. I mean, the Big 5 with their Rhino thing, nice pick mid by Spartan. GG with all their different campaigns they're doing. It's really smart stuff, and it's really helping to grow gaming. Rogue answers, and it looks like it's going to be a plant on the A bomb site as
Yeah, let's jump straight back into this game.
So Sinister, yeah. So definitely favorite teams as well.
Yeah, Big 5 and Sinister now. 2 vs 4. It looks like Big 5, they've taken the CT side. Bomb is going to shortly be diffused unless the plans can be foiled. But never mind, Blaze, he does take down Rogue. Now there we go, hack him. He comes in for the rotate. He finds one, so he stops the bomb diffuser. But there's going to be time for a defuse, I'm pretty sure. The 10-second clock only went about 3 seconds ago, so definitely have enough time for that. There we go. Hakim did a great job. He rotated through back to a middle, so CTs were unawares. He managed to find the bomb diffuser, but just could not hold out for enough time. First round goes towards Big 5. On the CT side, everything on their plate right now to take this match to 0.
Yeah. And this happened in the previous game as well, so I mean, let's wait and see. But obviously a very healthy bar coming out here from no, sorry, Big 5 one. Oh, I'm going crazy. Yeah, so they actually took their pistol here. For some reason I thought it was opposite, but nice pick coming out there. Does dink him down pretty hard. Custom gets dinked again. They are going to go straight into their bomb side once again. CT side looking to hold those long angles with those rifles, and this actually leaves them in a bit of a position with their Spartan up close and personal. Nice nade comes out from Convict, though. The bomb does go down. That's another plant coming out there, and it's going to be a clean up. So they get double plant going down, and that means they are going to get a big buy coming out in this third round there. So I mean, really great entries coming out there. 0 chance with a double.
Yeah, even though, I mean, they lost that round, there was the confidence. They pushed onto A side as hard as possible. Classic rush A. Get the bomb down, get that economy, and now we can bring out those rifles. So AK is coming out here in the hands of the T's. This is a heavily CT-sided map, so they're going to be okay with losing those first 2 rounds, but considering they got the bomb plant, they got a chance now to get a map on the board.
Yeah.
And this is up to Hakim, your boy. Will he get some rounds here? Get some frags.
Although we haven't really spoken a lot about Mirage and the type of map it is. Again, very heavy mid control, but a lot of teams do like their defaults on the A, and it does come down to that aim challenge. Custom though in a bit of a tight spot here. Nice little answer coming out there. Spartan does take down Hakim. Another kill for Spartan there as they do try enter once again into this A bomb site, but it's Spartan on the stairs, grabs an AK-47, shuts them all down. Divo does pick up 1, and doesn't matter. Spartan, was that an ace? It was indeed. Our second ace, no, our first ace for the game. For the stream.
Yeah, Spartan, the aim of 300 warriors and 1 man, just sitting on stairs over there, just shutting everybody down. And I possibly would probably just not go A for a while with Spartans hitting 90 shots like that. But they're going to go on the reset now again. The economy has dwindled. Got some deagles coming out, just putting that economy in line. So the guys that had a little bit extra will spend it. CTs. Default hold. They got the first 3 rounds. They don't have to do anything extra. They don't have to do anything fancy. They just need to hold and grind the rounds out.
I mean, again, it's going to come down to that aim duel that they're going to have to take and win. And you know, Cash is such a Mirage is a very close map. So you're going for those B executes again. You're going to have your entry fragger hitting that bomb site the second that flash hits, especially on B, getting out there, getting out those doors and shutting down these players, because it's also going to come down to in the end is these set players coming out, and obviously your entry fragger just doing all the work really. And I feel like that's something that Hakim has to just step into their plate and do right now. And of course, this a lot of teams like going lowers through to mid. There's tons of really cool places you can go to here, but it looks like it's going to be that B, perhaps rush, as they do have a couple of players going out. Nice little pop flash there, great pop flash, nice spray control coming out there from Spartan once again, just impressing as Rogue drops from the map, and it's going to be a CT win once again.
Yeah, CT. Clutching another round there, taking it 4-0 so far. Second map. First map was on Cash. 16-6 in favor of Big 5. Tactical, well, not tactical pause, should I say technical pause coming out here from Sinister. One of their players dropped. That was, who was that player that dropped?
It was Rogue.
Ah, there we go, Rogue. So nonetheless, a player has dropped. We're going to wait for him to come back online. Hopefully we won't be waiting too long, but this does slow down the momentum of the CTs. Big 5, all the leverage, well, you know, they're confident. They have the first map. They have all the leeway in the world. They have the economy. They have the rounds. Looking good here for Big 5. Sinister, on the other hand, just need to win that mental game and then start hitting those aim duels.
Yeah, it's going to have to come down to the entries. I mean, if it's going to be that A bomb side push once again, they've got to watch out for those stairs. They've got to have the player coming out from from Palace, just, you know, gunning him down, or at least holding that angle, keeping him back so the rest of the team can enter via, you know, enter towards the sandwich, which is what they were kind of trying to do. They were trying to get towards that sandwich and clear out the bomb side. And they've proven that they can handle the close quarter combat in that A site, you know, with the players sitting on the balcony and stuff like that. But that's the thing as well. Big 5 aren't playing they don't have a bulk player. There's no one sitting under that balcony, which is such a dangerous spot. Especially if you've got Spartan on the stairs, you throw a custom or a blaze underneath those stairs, and you're going to have a really tough time. But it's not necessary right now, because they're not entering effectively, but they're not closing out those kills. And Rogue still DC. I guess we can go back to a question, maybe. I don't know. Did someone ask a question earlier? I can't remember.
Yeah. Any questions out there? Drop them now. We'll answer them. Until then, we'll just sit. Lighters wants to ask us a question. Sitting here, we got Spartan. He's got 10 frags on the board, so he's won 2 rounds by himself, essentially. If you call them out like that, that's insane. He's doing a great job, and the rest of the team just swimming in his wake right now.
Yeah. I mean, someone did ask, how is How is Energy considered the best team when they're not competing? Well, they're still playing in ESEA, and I mean, they are still playing. They're also active. They're still practicing every day, and they've just added a new player right now, which is, you know, there was a lot of controversy around Mr. joining Energy Esports, but you know, there was a lot of controversy when Sonic joined Energy Esports back in the day, and when Flexi joined Energy Esports back in the day, and you know, is there still controversy now? No, they're still strong players. So I still think Energy are probably one of the best teams in the country. We'll have to wait and see, you know, with the next big CSGO tournament outside of VS, because Energy aren't in VS and they won't be in VS this year. So that's one of those things, unfortunately. But back to the game right now. Yeah, Spartan doing all the work right now. But then again, he has to have bodies being thrown at him throughout the map. So it's one of those things. He did go hunting a bit in the first map. But I want to see some structure coming out now from Sinister. I want to see these stock standard, just revert back to the stock standard stuff. Hold your angles, and you know, just play normal CS.
Yeah, I would like to see some smoke walls on A. I would like to see some default plays, just hold those angles, because Big Five, they're sitting in the common areas, but they're just winning those aim duels. So get those mollies in, get those flashes in, push them off those common angles, get onto site, and here we go. We've got some smokes coming through mid, so that's nice to see. So window has been smoked off, so Spartan pushed back now. But what are they going to do from here? Because it looks like they're just taking it slow. Diver gonna molly cat, but it's just gonna hit and smoke, so that is a waste of $600. And
this is a really good play. They're looking for that mid control. There's still the player up in mid, so they try to get them the action in mid. Hack'em does step out and he brings it down. Can they answer the frag right now? All light is left solo. They can't back off. That's the bomb carry as well, so he needs to fall back just a little bit there. But a nice little take coming out there. Hack'em does burn down Spartan. This is great. Doubling up right now. Zero chance takes down Lighters. The last player as well, sitting on that on that catwalk. And that's going to be a nice spot. So that was really, really well played there. It was actually quite a patient play as well coming out from Sinister. They took control of middle, they flashed them out, and they allowed a player to be pulled from the CT side towards mid, and that opened up the walkway straight into that A bomb side for Hack'em.
Yeah, I was a bit concerned because they threw those smokes out, and then suddenly they just sat back. But I think what they did is they waited for the aggression of Big Five to counter push those smokes, push through them and try peek, and then they started shutting them down. Hack'em went onto A site as they were distracted, found 2 frags, he found another frag of the molly, and yeah, it was great. So they took their time, they slowed it down, allowed Hack'em to do what he does best, and it paid off for them. So let's see if we can see more of that coming out here, as Blaze has now been tagged down, and Custom might find himself in a battle really soon with Rogue and Lois.
There was an AWP shot coming out there, I think, from Zero Chance, catching him clipping him on the edge there. And AWP plays ballsy. I mean, he perhaps had a good spawn. I didn't see what spawn he had, so he's obviously looking to challenge Convict. Convict has the AWP and the A-Bob sat, so there's an off chance our two AWPers will meet later on in this round. But now smoke's coming down as well. Convict again. Just such a dangerous AWP when it comes to those clutch AWP stuff. Like often you'll see with Convict, he will miss that very, like, you'll hold an angle and miss the shot. But when it comes to those clutches, as you saw that no scope, like that's the way he plays these AWP. He's hot. He runs hot all the time. But again, mid control coming out here from Sinister. Personally, Lighters will let the smoke dissipate, take down a kill, throws down the molly as well, and now just try to spot him out. They know where he is. They saw him throw the gun. They want to get the pick. Lighters does get tagged up, and out comes Spartan from the side, but taken down once again. Convict though just has to keep this angle.
Yeah, as you say, Convict with that AWP, is he gonna push through here and show us some flashy plays? But he's smoked off 3 versus 4 right now. Bomb rotating his way back towards A. It is miles away. There's only 17 seconds on the clock. Diver, he finds a headshot onto Lighters, and Convict takes down Hack'em. A bomb yet to be planted. 11 seconds on the clock. 2 versus 3. 2 players in CT now, and they have no idea. They are going to plant for Connector, and that's the play. But Custom through the box finds the frag and finds the second one. Bomb will not be planted, and another round lost here. Big Five picking up yet another round. 5-1. And it looked like there's some potential there, but it's nice to see some strats coming out, and definitely that strat book open here by Sinister 5. Even though they're not getting those rounds, it's getting closer and closer each time.
Yeah, I mean that was unfortunate with the bomb there. I mean they had control of the site. They allowed the smokes to get away. So and obviously the bomb being miles away allowed Convict just to pick people off with the AWP. Nice round, as you said. I mean we saw a lot more structure coming out there from Sinister, but it's going to take everyone on the same kind of page to get those bomb plants down and get those frags. Unfortunately, but. It's still salvageable. Although this is, I would also say, regarded as one of the more T-heavy maps. And we'll see what they're going to do. Now setup coming out once again here. But look at the numbers they're pouring over. They're going to get straight into the side. It's going to be a quasi-bar coming out here. Convict with a big hit on Zero Chance. Spartan as well. On just takes down Rogue. Custom there as well. Doesn't matter. The cleanup crew here. Dada and Divo taking down 2v2 right now. There are a couple of guns on the floor here, ISO. So I mean, this could still be doable. Oh no!
Blaze gets shut down as well as Dada. I'm pretty sure Dada found a deagle shot through the smoke there. So just knowing where those angles are and hitting those common spots will award you some kills. Another round in the bag though for Big 5. That was a pistol and a Galil save by Sinister. I felt like they should have full saved previous round and then bought out rifles here instead of buying up those deagles, because going up against Big 5 right now with deagle buys, it's just very risky. You don't have the rounds. Big 5 obviously have the aim and the confidence right now, and Spartan 1, 2 can't find the third. Zero Chance finding a headshot with the clock long range sniper on Zero Chance.
Yeah, but that round was just unfortunate. They need to know their smoke timings. They need to know when the smoke's dissipating. They should not have gone for that gun. They know they cleared out CT, but yet they stood out in the open, knowing that the two players were probably still sitting, or one player at least was coming in from Sniper's Nest. And yeah, I just feel like there was a bit of a greedy mistake then, a bit of a lapse in judgment coming out there from Sinister 5. I felt like they should have just fallen back into the site, or at least held those angles, because at that point there, you're kind of hoping that your opponents are entering into panic mode. They're entering into a place where like, shit, they've just killed all of our teams with pistols. We need to start getting frags, and then that's when they make the mistakes. Not half expecting you to make the mistake as the T side. So for me, that was just a crucial mistake made there by Sinister. However, Convict does take another scalp, and Zero Chance left alone here. Bomb is in a rather crappy place. Doesn't peek the corner and gets taken down by Custom.
Yeah, quite a predicament Sinister find themselves in. But they do have some positivity, as it is going to be a rifle buy. We're going to have AKs coming out. Not too many orbs coming out in the hands here of the T's. And it'll be nice to see Zero Chance with an AWP in his hands. But unfortunately, not going to be on this round. Well, should I say double AWP setup here coming from the CTs. So Convict and Convict and Lighters each picking up an AWP. And check Convict. This is what you said. He likes getting close and personal with that AWP. Is he going to find Hackham? Oh, he whiffs a shot. What? Hackham finds Spartan behind Convict. That is insane. He whiffs a shot on Convict as he pushes back, and then finds an instant headshot onto Spartan. That's going to feel bad. Rogue finds one. That's a great entry, and now a bomb can get planted.
I mean, Rogue isn't such low HP. He's going to try to look for more picks here into the kitchen, but it's not going to be enough. Nice pick by Divo too. And, well, Convict has to make work with his double AWP here. I mean, I guess the call here is to save this. They got to go for the save here. They can't take on 4 people with AK-47s with 2 AWPs. I mean, I think they're simple. No, unfortunately, they're not simple. And they can't clutch with an AWP. But, I mean, let me say something about that shot. That was actually so well played from Hackham. That was a pre-fire as well. He knows Spartan's been playing on that spot. He knows he's been cheeky there, getting a couple of frags every now and then. So, fantastic game sense there from Hackham to pre-fire that spot. I mean, catching Convict would have just been an added bonus there if he did. But, yeah, he knew Spartan was going to be trying some funny tricks up there. And that's actually going to set it down to an eco. So, I think this is a great opportunity right now for Sinister to just get back into this game, start putting a boot to the neck.
Yeah, I was just going to comment on that, because their economy is not great, even though they've won so many rounds. But it's just because if you look at the scoreboard right now, all the scores are relatively even. It's just Spartan that is leading the pack from basically overall on the map. And it's just, that's how close these rounds are going. It's not that Sinister aren't getting frags. It's just they're getting the frags. They're just not clutching it out towards the end. So maybe with this eco, we can start seeing a little bit of a turnaround here for the T's.
Yeah. I mean, that's what we want to see right now, because we had a very pretty one-sided game in the previous map, and now we're kind of hoping for a little bit something more here as our inaugural cast together, and my kind of starting my comeback tour here in CSGO. So Rogue in a great position here. He's just going to mow down these people here. This is going to be a massacre any second. A good flashbang comes through. Doesn't peek on the flash though, but now still there's that aim practice paying off once again. Another great flash comes in, and just can't single out Spartan. Custom, I mean, he's got 7 bullets. There's 4 people alive.
He has dreams. I mean, we can all dream, right? Spartan hopefully can claim a gun at the end of the round, but it looks like he's pushed all the way onto A side. He wants to save that CZ, and Dada takes down Custom. Nice swift headshot. Gonna save 4 players here on Sinister, so a much needed round for them, and a lot of rifles saved, so maybe some sort of turnaround. 7-3, still in the favor of Big 5. A little bit of confidence boost here for Sinister now, though.
Yeah. And I guess put them on the back foot. I mean, they can afford to save one more round or go for a pistol buy here, because for them, if a win on a round like this is just going to be such a big confident boost as well. And as well as, you know, breaking the momentum of Sinister, which will be huge right now. But Hacken picks up an AWP, obviously in a great spot here to take a pop shot in the mid. He spots a whole lot of them jumping out, makes the call, go A, go A, go A, and you'll see there it is, people pouring out, bomb going as well. And they're going to be chasing them from behind immediately. Hacker will probably turn around here and take a few more shots into CT spawn, but Blaze rises up straight into the A-bomb side here with that CZ. Can look for a pick or two. Oh, they're just popping off here into the side. Look at this. Cleaning up Conflict Spartan. Nice picks, nice frags as well. Oh my god, Hackham left alone. How did this go so wrong for him? He gets that opening pick, and that's going to be probably the worst round for Sinister 5 that they have ever been a part of.
You know what the problem is? We're going to see tomorrow morning, or actually after this game, Hackham on Twitter, hashtag looking for a new team, because he's going to be so disappointed. After getting, he got all the information. He saw them pushing mid. He got a frag. He made the call. His team goes A, and they get shut down. Hackham can't do much more than that. I mean, that's just unfortunate. No. But, I mean, good job there to Big 5. CZ's, Molly's, does the job.
There was hardly any utility spent there on the side of Sinister. They didn't smoke off. They didn't smoke that off. They instead just all stopped one by one on the platform, trying to shoot people. Coming out from stairs and coming out from connector, there was just no utility spent. And they just let them do what they want, and they let them pick off one by one. I mean, if you got 5 people shooting to the CZs, you're probably gonna get hit enough time if you're taking 1v1s or 1v4s with a rifle. No one has that good spray control, so that was again just another crucial mistake. However, it did. They still have a bit of cash from winning those few rounds, so they'll hang on. They'll hang and bang for a bit, and we'll see. Oh, this is big. Divo spots him, sees the shoulder. It needs to get the head though, because you know if he tags the shoulder here, spots him. Nice pick there. No refrag coming out as well towards that connector, but that's enough information there, ISO. So we'll see if they are able to maybe put a little bit of pressure, more pressure on mid.
Yeah, and just a recap as we go into a slower round here. This is map 2 of the BO3. First map was on Cash, 16-6 in favor of Big 5. Casters tonight and myself, Ice Wolf, as you're watching on my TV, and as well as Congo Carl joining us tonight. And we're getting into this. We're feeling it. There we go. Convict, he finds a shot, 3 versus 3. Hopefully we can get to that third map so we can cast some more, because it's great being back. But we'll have to see if Big 5 will give us that opportunity.
Convict was not about to just take a shot through smoke there, no scope. I think he was. If it if he didn't get like fired through the smoke, he probably was going to take a no scope and he was going to hit the bomber, and that would have just been disgusting, because he was lining up perfectly on him with his crosshair, even though he didn't have a scope in there. But 2v3 retake. Bombs taken away. Divo's in a great crossfire setup here. Actually, yeah, there it is. Divo and Rogue take them apart. Nice crossfire, and AWP for their travels. Double AWP on the T side.
Classic question coming out from Spartan, asking Divo if he heard a sound cue, or was he just clearing a sidelined "you're hacking, my man" kind of comment.
I saw that elbow.
Yeah, but we're gonna show you these guys are not hacking, just hitting some nutty shots, which we'll probably never do in our lifetime unless we're playing against Novus. But just some friendly banter there coming out from Spartan, and it does look a lot better here from Sinister, as we got that fabled middle spray coming down.
Yeah, well, I mean, you see the confidence coming out now from Sinister. Rogue just wanted to put pressure onto that connector, and they do actually have quite. Are they going to do the CZ thing again? Hopefully not. Dada thankfully comes out, takes some blaze there, but they are putting a couple of numbers here onto the A bomb side, and they try and shut them down. One player pushing into the T spawn already, but it's just going to be an angle holding thing right now. So you see now they're playing a bit smarter. At least Rogue does go down, turns it into a 4v4. Zero chance actually really low here, so they've got to be careful about this. And with those numbers on A, they obviously get the information that the bomb's going B, and there's no urgency coming out from I mean, there's utility. Divo has got a flash, he's got a smoke. I mean, they could have got into that B bomb side, I feel, a lot faster. Or I'm actually talking rubbish because Divo is actually sitting on the side there. So yeah, this was again just, you know, not using the utility to their advantage. Divo still hasn't thrown any utility, not that he's going to need it. He might though hack him in trouble here. Oh my god, this could be.
Look at this custom. He's crawled all the way from TV room. What? No, there was no ways. How did you see his head over there? That's insane. Through the wall, custom puts us on a 1v2. He has AWP in his hands, and will he find these next two frags? That was a nutty shot. That's some good game sense awareness, but unfortunately just not going to be able to clutch it out. Flashy plays don't win games, but that was insane.
And I mean, Divo survived with a flash and a smoke grenade. Maybe he picked one up, hopefully, but yeah, it's I feel like they could have gone into that bomb side a lot quicker had Divo expended a bit more utility, but it's just one of those things, man.
Do you think it was perhaps them just not feeling that confident because they on the back foot that they were taking so slow? What do you think was going through their mind right now? Well, then shall I say?
They had lost to the CZ war in the previous round, so I think they were just being a little bit more careful right now. But this is at Hackham. I mean, they are close here. Oh, Divo with a double. Oh, this is just a cleanup right now. It doesn't really matter. It's another eco round coming out here. But this is looking real good. This is much better coming out here from Sinister 5. They are going to put a few more numbers on the board here. An 8-7 finish on cash is great. Don't get me wrong. It is great.
Yeah, definitely going to be a confident boost for them. And Big 5 just went full bot mode in this round, it seems. They do have pistols, though, so this is to be expected. Blaze with that CZ, just going to try and find a frag. Maybe pick up a rifle if he's lucky. But another round of the bag as Rogue shuts it down. And that is 8-6 currently in the favor of Big 5 still. But this game is starting to turn right upside down. Tides of change as Sinister getting a string of rounds together.
I mean, this is what we wanted to see, really. We wanted to see them kind of stepping their game up a bit.
Yeah, I mean, this is what dreams are made of.
Yeah, but it's also at the same time, for me, in my opinion at least, it's in my unprofessional opinion, it's just less mistakes. You see them playing a bit more cautiously and also starting to hit those shots, which is the most important thing there. Hackham and Divo just kicking off once again. That's what we were hoping to see. Pull up this L scoreboard is yeah, Divo doing the things, man. Although
yeah.
pretty standard. I mean, as you said earlier, the scores are kind of evenly spread between the two teams, and no one really going miles ahead here. Or little con out from lowers. Out of nowhere, nice AWP shot as well from lighters. So again, just these information plays that Big 5 are doing are just catching. Sorry, the information plays that Sinister 5 are doing, they're just not, you know, it's a one person looking for information as Blaze catches a drive-by kill there on Dada, and still in the game here, 2v3. But Custom's in a good spot here, and the information gathering is just not working out that well. Custom missing a crucial shot there. Lighters as well, missing a couple of really crucial shots. Will get flashed out here. So we're gonna get this bomb down here. They're gonna go for the double peek though. Will they get him? They will. That's really well played coming out there. And that's, I think, the experience coming out from Zero Chance there. Do pick up an AWP. Got to watch the crosshair. Needs to back him up from the crosshair. Will get brought down, and I think Blaze wins these. Yeah, that's gonna be a nice finish coming out there from Big 5, but. Almost.
I think Lighters and Custom can be thankful that Blaze was on that side because they whiffed both of their shots, and that could have been another round of the bag there for Sinister. But nonetheless, 6 rounds is not bad. I mean, Mirage is a heavy CT-sided map, so getting 6 on T's, not too bad. Now you just need to grind out those pistols and just make sure you hold down your sights. But Big 5, they're going to go big here as they go straight up into mid with that bomb. They want to take this aggression right up to the CTs and just get these pistols.
I love it. I love it. But Divo does pick off one. Oh, they actually counted it so well, but they're going to be able to get both the players on catwalk. This opens up the B-bomb side. They're going to have 3 players pouring in right now. Not really a numbers advantage coming out here because they don't have anybody on the site. Utilities, absolutely nothing. They've got those long-range pistols at a close-range fight. This is going to be really, really tough. Really, all Big Five have to do is just sit in the side, hold the angles, as we see Spartan doing here. He wants to get a bit of information, but obviously the slowdown is what he needs. Zero Chance, though, could find himself in a pretty good position here, coming out from catwalk. He does get spotted. Oh my god, what was that? Out of nowhere.
That was nutty. Zero Chance just flicks and finds the head of a terrorist. And now the bomb's going to get defused. And this is going to go towards Sinister. So that's what they needed. And if Zero Chance is going to hit shots like that, well then, by all means, this looks like this map could go in their favor.
Yeah.
But playing the objective well, as they did try to slow down the speed of the game once bomb was planted. Unfortunately, it didn't pay out for them then. But there's many rounds to be played in the second map. So we'll have to wait and see what Big Five Stratbook has for us.
Well, that was just... I mean, that was pretty much Zero Chance. He got that crucial kill in the bomb site there, which was going to shut down the 2 players pushing from kitchen. And I mean, it was more of an information peak coming out from the player in sight. And Zero Chance was just like, take this flick and get out of here. Nice spray down coming out here from Divo. Let's take down 2. Is getting answered really quickly, but he's not going to give up just yet. Custom will finally take him down. And yeah, there will be a bomb plant at least. Once again, double bomb plant coming out from Big Five, and that's going to get them quite a bit of cash. But Custom still alive, not for long. Does get brought down, and well, we're going to see a buy coming out here from Big Five.
Yeah, Big Five will get the buy. Famises will be kept by the CTs. No reason to upgrade right now. They just need to build the bank of Gringotts. Need to get all those coins and just make sure that they keep the economy on the up. But Big Five, 5 AKs, 1-shot headshot potential. Don't buy your full head armor. Only body Kevlar here, can't go.
Yeah, and I mean, that makes sense. They got the AK-47, so it's not really that necessary. But obviously, you know, if they do put out, someone pulls out a pistol by accident, you are going to have a bad time. But this is it. This is what I was hoping to see from them, because I disagree with you, and I'm going to say that it's a very T-sided map, because the executions you can put off an A, they're so simple, they're so stock standard that you can get onto the site almost every single time. Then it comes up to aim, obviously, but obviously, and then you know, getting the bomb down in the right place, but you know, counter flashes and whatnot and all that stuff. But you can almost always get onto the bomb site. And if players do stick it behind the smoke, or so in the smoke, and try to challenge you as you enter the site, they're 9 times out of 10, well, they should die. You know, in theory, they should die, and a lot of teams will fall back and go for the retake instead, because A is actually quite a nice site to retake. It's one of the better sites to retakes, I think, in a lot of the maps. So, yeah, I mean, this is I saw Hackham go towards the balcony, which is the one position. You got a strong bulk player, you will struggle with that A breach. And this is also another player coming out here once again. Nice little clean up their lighters and blaze, take them down. That opens up the A bomb site. So no real entry needed. They're now starting to expend a lot of their utility. A lot of mollies going down as well. They're going to try to shut that down. Nice pick coming out there from Divo. Will take down the bomb planter Blaze. And I think they're still in a good position here. They can get that bomb down once again.
Yeah, should be a safe bomb plant. Last player is making his way towards T-spawn, and that is Rogue. He's got the FAMAS. He's just going to try to find a rifle. He will do so. He takes down Convict, and he should just go for the savior. 2 versus 1.
Oh, he's got a defuse kit.
Oh,
he's got a defuse kit. Yeah, I don't know why he's got defuse kit. He's got some sort of flashbang. I mean, this is winnable for him if you ever.
He's got confidence, and that's what I like. He gets one, but he can't find the second. Hey, I'm surprised he went for that. So I mean, the confidence is still up on their side, so that's great. It's nice to see. But I just want to come back to what you said. So usually when we comment on like sides of maps that should be more predominant, we look at like EU standards almost in a way, and then also you look at like the map builds. They should be slightly CT favored because M4s are not one-shot headshots and all that. But in your opinion, I know you've been away from the CSGO scene last couple of months or whatever, but in your opinion, do you feel like South Africans are just more predominant and more like dominating on the T side in general?
Yeah. Yeah, for the most part, like, well, at least back about 9 months ago during the Masters finals, you saw T sides really shining because players they became a lot more strategic in nature. It switched from a place where they weren't really relying on that really strong aim. It was more sort of teamwork based. We're not saying that can't happen on CT because it definitely can, but Ts were just getting a lot smarter. Teams were focusing a lot more on their terror sides because with a strong terrorist team you can win. Pretty much you can win the game. If you're a terrorist team, if you have a really, really strong T side, I think it's enough to carry a side because you're not going to find a lot of really top teams in South Africa that are fantastic retakers on CT and they're great at holding their sights. Anyone can become really good at aim with practice. When it comes down to knowing the game and thinking, that's when terrorists kind of takes over, in my opinion at least, which we see a lot of South African guys as they try and improve. That's the ego, so we can just keep talking. With South African guys, as they try and improve, I feel like they're focusing a lot more on their T side because that does give you that strategic option of learning the game and understanding the timings and the entries and stuff like that. So, yeah, I think South Africa's definitely pushing more towards a heavy T-sided dominance, I guess, for in terms of play, and we will see more of the top teams having stronger T-sides.
Cool. Well, you heard it here first. Congo Cow. CT, South African sides are all T-sided maps. No, but I'm joking. I totally agree with you, and I've been feeling that for a while. That South Africans are just more dominant on the T side, and I agree with everything you said. So yeah, great insight there, and great chat through the pistol round. It's not much too exciting. Yeah.
Will be a gun picked up by Zero Chance. I guess that's a win. Oh, and they actually do clean up a little bit, but Zero Chance will escape with his AK, and that's a big one as well. I mean, they're still just right behind them, so not out of it yet. And they're going to start climbing once again. This AK can do a lot of work. I mean, Zero Chance is going to keep it. I mean, if it were me, obviously nothing against Zero Chance, I'd probably give it over to Diver. Diver seems to be on form today, but obviously he's going to try and make a play and then die with it. Rogue going to push out here. Get sprayed down by Little Con. Half expected as well, but nice push coming out into mid. It's going to be enough to bring down a few players here, but nice little hold once again. And Zero Chance does make that AK-47 count. I'll take back what I said as he cleans up quite a bit there. Now Dada picks up his own, and going to be quite a tough take here.
Flurry of kills coming out of mid, 2 vs 2. But we do have the, if you have a look over here, we've got the HP advantage in the favor of Big 5. They do have the bomb, and they have a player in CT spawn, which is custom, so he knows that is all cleared. Some utility, so custom's going to hold connector, which is great because Zero Chance is there. Bomb's going to get planted. HP advantage for Big 5, so this should be their round.
So our T side, look at T spawn, T ramp. We've got a Dada coming up there, and I don't think if he doesn't make a noise here, he could actually catch out Convict.
Yeah, so sneaky.
Yeah. Oh no, they've got the angle right now. He's not going to look. He's not going to look towards Belk. That could be a. Oh, that's giving away his position. So yeah, if they don't check Belk, they're going to be in a lot of trouble here. But now Convict just has to hold this angle. We'll take him down. Now he knows where the other player is, and that's going to be a great little setup there from Custom and Convict to make that 12-8. And now they've got some cash to buy. Orp immediately out for Zero Chance, and this could be what they need.
Yeah, I mean, if we dissect that round a little bit, he did a great job there. He snuck all the way up. He threw down the smoke, which, as you see, gave away his position, but it did block off the player towards CT, which, I mean, that was great game sense there. But unfortunately, when he checked that corner, he just didn't check deep enough, and that's what players make a common mistake of. They check corner, but they check it quickly, half expecting the player not to be there. Nice off shot there by Zero Chance. But like half expecting the player... Oh my god, Zero Chance gets another headshot onto Lighters. The Spartans there for the retake. And we'll just leave the other round because it doesn't matter. They won it, and it looks like things are getting interesting here on A side. Yeah.
No, I mean, it's always good to talk about the rounds, but yeah, with Zero Chance kicking off like this, finally finding his feet in this game, yeah, that's exactly what we wanted to see, the player just doing so well with the AWP, but Spartan, such low HP, I mean, can he do this? Can he clutch on this low HP? He's got a player coming behind him. I think he heard the sound there, Rogue. He's going to hit one of these metal bars. It's not good enough. Rogue takes him down, and yeah, Zero Chance, the clear winner for that round there as he inspects his knife.
Yeah, inspecting his knife, it's always good to have skins. Some say they boost your stats by at least 10%. Gaming says it doesn't because it's not a pay-to-win game. Who knows? It all depends on the player. CZs.
Look cool doing it at least.
I mean, I definitely feel a lot stronger with skins on my guns. But anyway, CZs in the hands here of Big 5, 12-9. Big 5 struggling a little bit on map 2.
I mean, we've seen them win these, so I mean, let's not count them out just yet. Big 5, as you said, not having as much of a runaway as they did last time. But this is that great flash comes in their spot and opts for the jump in there. Pulls out his gun just in time. Doesn't allow 2 players to move inside, but Dada and Rogue absolute clean up on ILB here, and that's going to be a great round coming out there for Sinister, finding their feet finally, pulling it together. 12-10. We could be looking at a nuke. And me being late for work tomorrow because it's way past my bedtime.
I mean, the children do need to get to sleep at some point, but we'll stay awake here for CSGO. Thank you so much for everyone out there that is busy watching. We got a whole lot of you viewers watching. Thank you so much for the support. We do really appreciate it, and the local scene appreciates it. These teams appreciate it, and that's why they spend all those hours playing to bring you sick gameplay. As Luakan, he pushes through Connector, gets shut down by Divo, but he does find a molly kill, and that is 0 chance. Divo trying to find his second, but he's going to get overrun. He does find another one, but he does get shut down. So 3 vs 1 now, and it's all up to Blaze. Blaze does have an M4 in his hands, so he could do something here. Smoke and a molly. Chest armor. He could be in a worse situation. Got a whole minute and 12 seconds on the clock, so this could get interesting. Oh, he's made noise. They know now. Will he find this frag? He won't get shut down. That takes him down as the rotates coming from the friendly players. So 3 alive, 11-12.
Yeah. So that was, 3 players came up from. So Convict died to the molly, fair enough, but 3 players came to that A main and not a single player threw a smoke into CT to block off Hackham, who ended up getting 2 frags. They had smokes, not a single one threw a smoke. They all wanted to enter and get the frag, and yeah, that was a bit unfortunate. I mean, Hackham is you can't just run past Hackham. He doesn't let that happen. He's never gonna let you just run past him like that. So that was a bit of a mistake, but then again, it wasn't a full-fledged Big 5 round coming out there, but they need to be careful because you'll blink and it's going to be match point for Sinister 5. So they need to be very, very careful right now. Need to start putting this stuff together, but they are going to be looking to go towards that connector once again. Barton just looking the wrong way.
Hackham finding the head of Convict as well as he tries to creep onto a site. And as you said, they need to be careful because right now we're starting to see a shift in momentum as Sinister 5 are starting to look to be the dominant, as Big 5 going into yet another save. Dada, he'll find an easy shot of his career onto custom, and shot in the back by Blaze Diver. That's gonna feel bad, but another round in the bag there for Sinister, and finally 12-12, evening it out. They've gotten this far and there's no reason for them to stop, so the confidence is going to be all-time high. Big 5 finally going to get a buyout, so they need to get this one, otherwise I feel like it's just going to break their whole mental momentum. Can Sinister 5 do this? Can we get to Nuke?
Oh man, obviously this is actually really smart play coming at you. Obviously the pause is needed because Big 5 need to have just a chat and trying to figure out what exactly is going on. It's been a couple of rounds that they've lost to really just silly decisions every now and then, but it's also a great time to kind of slow down the momentum of Sinister, which is a lot of teams often use their pause anyway. When one team gets ahead with a few rounds, they'll drop in a pause just to break that momentum, as we have seen 4 rounds in a row coming out now from Sinister. So yeah, smart move to try to just level things out, and it's a buy round as well, so decide what they're going to do, and a lot of utility once again, and I just want to see it being used. So I want to see them throwing their utility into the right places, to block off the right areas. We'll have to wait and see if they do.
What's your favorite Mirage strat?
I'd have to say like a sort of a lowest mid to A breach, like boost one window, smoke window from spawn, smoke catwalk, run down, boost into window, clear out connector, re-smoke the cat, and then just run straight up through connector. Or like a sort of a couple down connector, couple down mid. I like the mid plays, the mid to A. It's usually my favorites. But we've seen a couple of them. I mean, there was some nice plays coming out. Diver earlier, catching out Spartan's shoulder, right in that connector. So I'm a mid to A fan. And yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I like the good old classic smoke walls onto A, get onto site, and then wait for the retake to come through. So you smoke down, you put your walls down, you cover all the areas, put bomb down, and then just fall totally back off site and just wait for them to funnel onto site and take them down. But I like the strat you're talking about. A little bit of addition of boosting into snipers, maybe a boost into snipers, push through to CT if you can get through with a couple of smokes or something. Could be quite interesting. But we'll have to see what Big Five have in store for us here, as they have rifles, they have utility. Will they use them to get another round on the board? That is the question.
Yeah, I mean, I want to see what they go. I mean, with bodies facing towards B bomb side, I feel like it's going to be a B. It's going to be like a mid play. Here we go. We're going to see the smoke coming out. That's going to be, if I'm not mistaken, that's a smoke towards middle. Was it cat smoke actually? Can't actually remember. We'll double check. But yeah, I mean, this is also a great thing as well. I don't think a lot of teams in South Africa utilize the lurker that well. I mean, there's some. I mean, DC used to do it so well with their lurking plays. They were just brilliant at it, and yeah, I don't think a lot of teams. This is custom right now, looking for a little bit of a lurker, looking for a little bit of aggression coming out here, because this is where Sinister 5 are going to start looking. We're going to start looking for, you know, they might be playing a little bit out of their bounds, but starting to push certain areas, and of course, Big Five looking to capitalize on it.
Yeah, and I think right now we're in a format where all the players are, well, teams, should I say, in general, are just going with that 5-man brute force, straight up, let's run together kind of tactic. I would like to see a little bit more clever CSGO. I'd like to see, as you say, that lurker come through. Kind of deflect a situation towards one area, let the lurker do his job and take them out through the shadows of the smoke. But Rogue holds down Cat as he finds 2 frags, so not looking good yet for Big Five, and not much utility coming out, and that's what we wanted to see, and they have failed in doing so.
Yeah. All Night is going to pick up one, going to get taken down once again, and it looks like we might be going to Nuke.
Looks like Nuke is definitely on the cards, as we said, we were really hoping to see some utility come out. I think utility was wasted and they pushed way too late, and it was just not the strat they needed in this point, as it goes in the favor of Sinister 5, which is perfectly fine. They deserved it. They held on well. Rogue sitting on Cat finding 2 frags. So if Rogue lost those 2 frags, if he went down on Cat, then it could have been a round for Big Five, but he was definitely the the link in the chain there to make sure that they win that round out. So great job there by Rogue. Going into the next round, 12-13, map 2, first map in favor of Big Five, wins 16-6 on cash. Second map, currently 13-12 in favor of Sinister 5 on the CT side. Can they take this to Nuke?
I was starting to think they can, to be honest with you. It's getting to that point now. They're 13 rounds. Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of smart smokes you can do in the B bomb side to block off those archers, and they did expend a lot of smoke to try to sell some sort of fake as well. So we can't really say they had no utility. They tried to use it in a smart way, but it didn't. It fortunately wasn't fruitful. But we'll have to wait and see. I mean, can they salvage what they have right now? Dada going to get taken down immediately. Great pick for Casa, and he falls back. I love this. Gets the frag, falls back, leaves them guessing what the hell's going on. Zero Chance though has the AWP, and that's always a problem, especially at the long range of these pistols.
CZ's mini AWPs, mini AKs, mini SMGs, whatever you want them to be. The magic gun in the hands of the right players. Zero Chance sitting on Van, waiting for this push to come through. He has AWP in his hands. Oh, sorry, that's Rogue. Sitting on Van. He has an AK. Zero Chance is in kitchen and he finds one. He does make the call next to come out, and Big Five are on site. Almost. Bomb down. And Light is in a predicament.
He's in the bomb. He's in the utility. Spartan, though, is still coming up behind him. So he has to hold his position here just for a little bit. Spartan is making quite a bit of noise, though, so Lighters can give him a bit of breathing room here if he looks for a peek or two. But going to get flashed out. Really nicely played. They could duck away from the flash there. Lighters will pick up 1. 6 HP. He needs to connect ahead here. Gets the... Oh, my God. This could be it.
As I said...
10 seconds. 10 seconds on the clock. Divo is playing this so smart. No, Lighters. Why would you do that? Why would you change
I don't think he knew. I don't think he knew he was there. I think he had an assumption, but as soon as the player went into the corner, I think he was like, no, apps is clear. I just need to get bomb down. Our time's running out. Yeah. But because we had extra, we can see that was a total different ending game for us. And I love seeing Lighters in this situation. He finds 3 nutty frags, but he just can't find the last one. And that is unfortunate. He just didn't have that information that we had.
Yeah, that's always the case. You always kind of forget about that when you're casting and you see like someone with a... So we have X-ray and they don't. You're like, yeah, shoot the wall, shoot the wall. But this is dire straits right now. 14, 12. I mean, we're either going to see a hefty overtime or we're going to see a map 3. And I'm terrified of both. But we'll have to wait and see. As Custom again playing that role, playing that little lurk, I guess, looking for the pushes, because there might be a slip up of overconfidence coming out here from Sinister 5. I think that's what Big 5 are hoping for, at least, but that's not going to be the case, especially with Zero Chance hitting shots like this.
Yep, Zero Chance coming alive. Double AWP set up. Hack'em opting for the AWP instead of the rifle. Looks like the T's are making their way towards A site now. A little bit of utility left. 1 smoke, a couple of flashes.
Custom needs to clear stairs. He needs to get rid of Hack'em.
Oh, Custom.
Oh, he misses that shot. That's so crucial. Hack'em takes down Custom from Sniper's Nest. Nice jump out there. Divo again from under that balcony. And this is just Sinister 5 absolutely cleaning up right now. Pause just didn't work out very well. Nice pick there from Divo. It's going to be a 3K for him.
Yeah, definitely Sinister warmed up in the second map, and it's insane to see this shift because, you know, a Big 5 got the first 6 rounds so cleanly and so easily, and you're like, okay, all right, the first map, it's just not just a one map thing. They've got this in the bag, but since then, Sinister has just been hitting these insane shots and just out reading Big 5, and now we're sitting on map point, sorry, for map 2, 15-12. And they have more than enough rounds to play with.
Ooh, Zero Chance so confident right now, gets the first pick. Good flash to get himself out, and this is the Zero Chance I haven't seen in a long time. Well, I haven't watched CS in a long time, but this is the Zero Chance I've been wanting to see. And all 3 players do enter onto that A-bomb side. This is that feigned confidence I was talking about. Divo, the one to go down. Next down, Hack'em. That's the first AWP down. Dada's going to hold the angle tight there. Doesn't want to get him through. Spartan again with another one. Rogue, is he going to fall to the same? No, AWP take down Spartan. And now this is dangerous times as well. They can't be giving away rounds like this. I mean, Zero Chance did well to open up that round for them, but now it's in a point where they could be looking at a lot of trouble here.
Yeah, a lot of trouble indeed as Custom takes down Rogue. Last player is Zero Chance with the AWP on CT. 3 versus 1, and you have an AWP. Almost impossible. Looks like he's going to risk it for the biscuit though. And there we go. He gets taken down. Custom. Going to find himself an AWP surely. There we go. Picks up the AWP. Nice save there. Getting that AWP for his team. Just helping out that economy. 13-5. Possible overtime in the future.
Your mic is that rain?
That is rain outside. I do apologize. It is raining in Cape Town. We should be extremely happy about this.
Yeah. It's like let him play through the mic, man. Let that mic flow.
I also am running on LTE, so if we start having issues with signal, I do apologize. It just means we're finally getting water in Cape Town.
Yeah, man, it sounds good. But anyway, yeah. So we could be aging onto that overtime, an overtime place, but I mean, trying to just dig into what went wrong here for Big 5. I mean, I think it was once again sort of similar to what happened in the previous game. It gets to a point where, you know, are they just capitalizing on the mistakes? I mean, we haven't seen the structure coming out there for Spartan. Does get boosted up into window, gets taken down immediately.
Yeah, and as you said, that window boost usually pays off, but not this time. Spartan gets taken down. Hakim knows better. Counter utility coming out here from the CTs. Blaze is on side. He's in a good position. He finds one. He takes down Diver. He finds the second one. He takes down Hakim as well. Nutty headshots. 3 versus 3. So the round is turning around again. And Convict. They needed that one, but he gets taken down. The refrag comes in. Blaze 1 versus 2. And yet again, the round has been turned on his head.
He can get this bomb down. He's got time. He's got 30 seconds on the clock. I mean, this is still doable. I mean, he's just got to take down one player. He has got a molly, so he can try to shut down one. They're both going towards CT, so you can actually play this pretty smart. Yeah, so just look for some sort of sound cue. Spots it out there. Yeah, gonna go for a safe plant here. They aren't pushing him just yet, so he could actually still win this one. Oh, that's gonna win position there. At least still has the molly, still has the nade. Can push them back a bit. 0 chance. It's just blasting away, and this is actually really smart play there. Oh, needs to be careful. Wants to go for the shot. They have to take him together here. They can't let him peek on 1v1. If they do that, they might lose this round. Oh, he's got the molly and the flash coming out there. Nice play coming out from Rogue, and that's going to be on to Nuke. Oh my god.
There we go. 16-13. And Nuke, unpredictable, interesting. Map changes. It's gonna be a meme. I'm interested in it. Let's do it. And if he got that molly down, that could have been a whole different situation. But he did not. And it's 1 apiece. Who would have thought it? Sinister 5 coming back after going down. I think it was 6-1 at one point in the second map. So that is crazy. That is nutty. Big 5. Maybe they're just getting a bit tired. They are older players. You know, they need their rest.
No,
not sure.
These guys are awake. These guys are awake until like 4 every morning. They're not like us who have to be up at 5 for work, 6 for work. But nonetheless, Nuke also. I mean, like I said, it's a map I haven't casted in a long time. But obviously, there's been a couple of changes since I was last here. So interesting to see. Obviously, the B-bomb site, the big one, the changes down there. The new red box that's downstairs in the corner makes a nice little hiding place for a T or a CT on the hold. But yeah, while we wait for the players, probably to should we not maybe just take I wouldn't mind a stretch real quick.
Yeah, sure. We're gonna take a 2-minute break. We're gonna just grab something to drink, go to the bathroom, whatever we need to do. We'll be back to answer some questions and talk about Nuke. Give us about 2 minutes. We'll be right back. Thank you so much for hanging out there. Chat is live, so you guys can talk to each other. Ask some questions. When we get back, we'll try and answer some of them. Okay, I am back, but Congo is not back yet. So if you guys have any questions, please drop them down. First map that we casted tonight was Cash, that went 16-6 in the favor of Big 5. We thought they would run away with that, but they did not. So the second map right now, the second map was Mirage, that went 12-16 in the favor of Sinister. So we're going to third map right now, which is on Nuke. Congo Carl, who's casting with me tonight, is just taking a short break. But any questions you guys have in chat, just drop them down. Otherwise, if not, no questions, then we'll just go through Nuke a little bit, as there have been changes recently. Cool. Congo Carl is back. Yeah, I just unmuted you, so
okay, great.
Rad.
Yo, man, Nuke. It's gonna be a.
So, yeah, sorry. Just think about like Nuke, right? So we had Nuke the way it originally was. Then they went and changed Nuke. So Nuke became, we had the railings on the outside, so you could jump through onto Silo. You can go through the railings and get to Heaven. That was basically the biggest change that they made, which was great. And then I think they also changed the toxic area on B bomb site. So
they added that extra walkway down for the door and all that jazz.
Yeah.
Oh, it just became like but it's always been a CT-sided map, and I think what their whole kind of aim with it is, they're trying to make it slightly more balanced, like a lot of the maps, and that's why it was off the list for so long. But I mean, Nuke was one of the first maps I ever casted. Geez, back with Burning Red in like 2014, and I remember it was 13-3 to Bravado. And then Energy brought it back to even back in 2013, it was still Energy versus Bravado, in case anyone had forgotten. And they brought it back to they just took another 12 rounds. It was like 15-15 overtime. It was something ridiculous. And then, so it was such a TT-sided map. And both teams obviously won on the CT side. So I'm glad they're trying to make the changes. They're trying to sort everything out. But, one of those things.
Yeah, but they made those changes, and now they've changed it back because there's no railing on the outside anymore. And they've changed down, as you said, that box down on B site, and then the snake way, which is now connected to radio control room on B side at the bottom. So it's interesting. It's interesting to see how this will go. Chat is asking who do we think will take this third map, and for my opinion, I honestly don't know, because Big 5 dominated first map. Sinister 5 dominated this, towards the end of the second map.
Second half of the second half.
And then Nuke, it's just, it's such an unpredictable map right now. So we'll just have to wait and see how it goes. But in terms of what are your thoughts on Big 5 as a whole? Big 5 are one of those teams that you want to love so much. They have a great brand. They have great aesthetics when it comes to their logos and looks. They have great legacy players that have the experience and the talent and the quality, and they're all good people, and they're everything you want a team to be, but they just struggle to keep it consistent, in my opinion, which could be totally off to everyone else's or someone else's opinion. But in my opinion, casting the games that I've casted with them, they've struggled to keep the consistency. They'll be so hot and nutty and just start wrecking teams, and then suddenly, as you saw on Mirage, they'll just fall off and then lose the maps. So I'm not sure what it is. I'm not sure if they get overconfident and then they lose it and then they get in their minds and mental game. But there's definitely a slight lack of consistency on their team, in my opinion. And if they can fix that, then definitely looking at one of the top teams in the country. What's your opinion, Congo, on Big 5 or Sinister?
I'm just reading what Goals said. Whoever forces rotation downstairs and has the better prep with regards to top holding, breaching is going to take it. Noose and 5 letting this through is definitely confidence coming from ZC and Hack. It's pretty much spot on. Like I said, I don't really know what the current plays on Nuke is, but I watched a bit of who is it today? Navi versus I can't remember. But there was a lot of downstairs play, a lot of outside smokes. That kind of wall of smoke that leads down to lowers, and a lot of play down onto the B bomb side. If I noticed, that's what I was saying. Like, it's quite a. But the retake seemed to be on point for Navi at least, so that's why I thought maybe it's a CT side. But Navi at the moment are pretty strong. I mean, Simple was absolutely popping off. So, yeah, Nuke's a tough one, and I think Goals pretty much, yeah.
I think the thing with Nuke as well, though, it's a very dominating towards one side. So usually what happens is you're going to see either CT or T's just dominate the one side, the first half, and then you're like, okay, they've got this in the bag. It should, in my opinion, go roughly to like, you're going to be looking at like 5-10 or 11-4 or something, and then you're like, okay, this is done. They got it in the bag, and then they're going to change half, and then the other team is totally going to dominate their side. So Nuke does tend to be quite a drawn out map because it does go to that, you know, all those rounds get played out. So we'll have to wait and see. All players are in this server right now. No, sorry, -1. We have Bot Chet not subbing in tonight, but he is there waiting for a replacement.
I think I don't think outside control. I don't think outside control has ever been much of a meta. It's just it gives you a lot of positional advantage being on the outside and getting those opening frags. Gives you a lot of information, because you know if you manage to sneak past those past the open B doors, not spot anyone up top, or get those frags, get the frags in the middle. You know it's always so much information. And at the end of the day, Counter-Strike is an information game. So outside has never really been a meta thing. It's always just been something about positional advantage. I think the current meta right now is what Goal said about that downstairs, like keeping that downstairs control. And there's a lot of little like niche places you can hide now with the new B bomb site, and like obviously rotations are still going to be quite fast. The change to the vents as well. It's still going to promote CT, but when it comes to T side, I think it's going to get whoever can get down and take control of that lowers is probably going to have the better time right now. A has always been A. You know, same stuff, different day. Smoke through the doors, get out, jump in, you know, take control of heaven, flash out, smoke out heaven. But outside's always just been about map control.
But also, I think previously outside was more important than it is now, because if you had someone watching there, you needed to watch that top rail. But now you can have someone in mouth that is watching secret as well as watching mouth at the same time. So it's not, as you say, it's never really been about getting that control. It's more just awareness. So I think it's less about control now. And now you don't even need it at all. You have someone watching secret or mouth, and you sorted.
It's like any map that has has like an outside area. It's all about map control. That's the reason why people take Cash mid, reason why they take Mirage mid, reason why they try get, like, you know, they try to take control of mid on dust. Like any map that has an open area, it's going to be a place it's going to be a place where you want to get that map control. But yeah, knife round obviously won quite a cool. I mean, I watched a bit of the knife round there, but it was won by the Sinister 5. The Sinister Fibers, and they are going to go onto the CT, rightfully so. I mean, we'll see. Let's go for the outside play once again. Yeah, Hack'em. I mean, this control here, the outside once again, we see him coming in, but Divo going to start whack-a-mole there, gets a third. I mean, this is what practice for him right now. It just cleans up 5 people, 3 people there pretty easily with those long-range pistols, and massive play coming out there from Divo.
That probably summed up the whole outside control. Have one person sitting in mouth watching secret, gets 3 frags. I mean, you don't need to do anything much now, but 2 teaser lives. Convict and Blaze making their way down towards ramp. We do have Rogue holding here though. Bomb in hands. Minute on the clock. Rogue surely would have heard that, so the call should come in.
I mean, they can still do this. I mean, they can still force out. There's so many little tiny tight corners around you on the side that they can still catch out a player or two, but they just got to watch those long distance shots with those USPs. I mean, they're playing the game really, really smart here. Playing the round really smart here. They're sticking together, trying to get those frags. They have one smoke, so they can maybe breach the site and look for the retake. I mean, it's going to be tough. It's going to be really, really tough. We have to wait and see. Rogue, though, does take down a little con. He does get the smoke down, though, so now Blaze playing hard here. Does get one. Starts dancing around now. They know where he is, and there's all these little weird angles I was talking about. He was trying to get down to that new angle. He was going to try to jump down. So we'll see it a bit later. You'll see what I'm talking about. I don't know if you've seen how much you've seen on the new Nuke, but he was trying to get down into that little cheeky spot behind the red crate.
I try to avoid Nuke as a map to play on in general. Just, I mean, I'm not going to say that it makes me super salty. I mean, I'm not a salty character, but it's a frustrating map at the best. But I have watched a couple of pro matches on it, and it's definitely interesting to play. I prefer to stick away, but Custom takes down Rogue with a nutty deagle headshot, taking down ramp. So that's how you want to start open a round when you're on the back foot. 1 round of the bag here for Sinister 5. Big 5 looking for their first round, and that's a good way to open it up.
I'm just glad they changed those boxes down there. There used to be so many angles for the player down there to hold, and really give you a lot of breathing room when you're trying to take that peek. Now it kind of forces you into that one place where you have to kind of peek to get the shot, and that was a great change for me. It made that entrance point a little bit easier for people with decent aim. You weren't having to check 7 different angles. But Custom moving down right now, he's picked himself up an M4A4, so this makes a lot of difference here for the player, and he's going to try to get towards that lowers, and we'll see if it does play out, the whole control of the B bomb side. Nice pick coming out there from Con. Little Con brings him down. That outside control not being checked there. Spots the player. Nice shot. Comes out. And then we go into the A bomb sites here. That could have gone pretty bad for Spartan. He jumps out the window. He could have gone down pretty hard. But nonetheless, nice bomb plant here. 5 players live. And an eco upset on round 2. Is this going to be this game?
I mean, I kind of feel like now we know the winning formula. Just give Little Con a deagle. He's got 3 frags with it. Just give him a deagle every round, and we sort it. Big 5, road to victory, Little Con deagle.
Yeah, I mean, it's it's such a touch and go weapon. It always has been. I mean, you either hit the nice nut shots, or you just hit a few bodies, and that's it. You just body people with it. But again, it does look really, really good when you get those. When you get those nice deagle shots. But that's going to be around on the board for Big 5, and maybe some mounting momentum there as they try to look. They do secure 3 guns, which is quite a payload.
Yeah, definitely indeed. And just to re-sum up, first map went in the favor of Big 5, 16-6. Second map, Sinister brought it back home, taking it 16-12. Third map now, we're on Nuke, final map of this BO3 for VS Gaming.
Ooh,
and
that jumped down there.
1-0.
That jumped down. 83 HP for Butter. You can see now he's just going to get cleaned up here. Doesn't even think twice about it. Nice little hold there coming out from Big 5. They played that one pretty smart. Managed to get them down. But yeah, I mean, we kind of expected a 2-0 after seeing the cash map. I thought I was going to get an early night to bed, make it to work tomorrow. But Sinister 5 had other plans, unfortunately.
We need to have one of those days of work in South Africa where you just like, I think like in Scotland it's one day a year that you can call in and just be like, I don't feel like going to work, and like they're like, okay, cool, for whatever reason, just one day a year that you can just call in. And I mean, tomorrow could have been that day, but we don't have those luxuries. We have to go and pay the bills. Never mind though.
Luckily for me, in the creative industry, you're the same. I can go to work at like 9, and it's still fine. I can go to work. Most people rock up there at 9 anyway. But nonetheless, you can see this. They are trying to hunt down these final 2 players here, and try to get these guns out of their hands. And Zero Chance keeps hiding in the same spot, miles away from everybody.
Maybe he's timed out. Maybe he just knows more than us. But I think right now the whole aim of the game for both these sides is just to not let them save any rifles. They've each got a map apiece. This is the final map. You can't allow anything to go. So if they can hunt them down and get those rifles out of their hands, bonus. Let's do it. Don't give them any chance. And that is what's going to happen over here as we go into the 4th round. Big 5 got the second 2. Sinister found the first one. Still 5 rifles in the hands of Big 5. Zero Chance held on to that famous.
Yeah, I mean, want to see Zero Chance kind of just get back into the groove. We saw him as he ended off in the previous map. He was just nutting people with his AWP. I mean, it's going to be a while to get through it, but I think it's going to be working out pretty well. And that's a nice spot there. Talk about what Rogue was talking about. That's also one of the more popular spots for the CTs to hold. Is that secret spot? They'll call it secret, but they're trying to molly them out. They're trying to flash them out here, and. Let's see if we can get to a diver once again. Oh, just holding that position. Spots out the information here. And such a quick rotation as well from A to B, which makes it, which some people think that makes it a strong CT map, but again, it's just that initial control and those initial frags that can really just swing this map in the favor of, whoever gets them. But nice little boost here by 4hack, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and it looked like Dada had forged his Kevlar out of a Dwarven forgery because he was just not going down. Eventually does get taken down. Hack him on a nice boost spot. Finds 1 frag. It does tag down Blaze to 8. And we still have 0 chance for that famous. So if you can do a bit of damage, which you can, he finds 1. But Custom is there to get the refrag. Divo takes him back. So 1 versus 2. And this is dribble. Divo, he has 85 HP. He's got an AK. Bomb going down on B. But now that fabled snake area, the new change to Nuke.
It's going to go to the new spot. Maybe he's going to jump down to the little cheeky spot over there. But yeah, I mean, that was actually quite a nice clip there. That's the cool thing that I've noticed Sinister 5 are starting to do. When they get to these situations, they often travel in 2 or 3. So they look for those refags. They look to keep those rifles. Pretty much how Diver's done right now. He's gonna get killed right here. That could have been really, really bad for him on 8 HP there. But they're playing it really well. When they get to those dire stages, they're teaming up. They're looking for refrags, and that's pretty much what's pulling them back into this game. It was on the back of those saves in the one game that they managed to put it in the previous map, but they managed to pull it back. So yeah, I mean, let me just say that they're starting to play a lot smarter on their CT side. And well, now that gets all the AK-47, Zero Chance does have his AWP ISO, so this could also be another turning point.
Yeah, I mean, I hope so. We want to see this game go as close as possible. Someone has predicted a overtime. Divo, he finds one, he finds a second one. That's Zero Chance actually finds a Spartan as he's flashed. He does find the frag though. Usually you wait a couple seconds after you've been flashed to take the shot, because the player will flash, let it pop, and then pounce, and that's when you take your shots. So he read the game well there.
Smoke. They also messed up their smoke on the outside, which left a gap, and then obviously it was just whack-a-mole for Zero Chance. AWP pick up a kill there. Divo though sneaks one out, stays behind. Lil Con trying to get fresh with a kill on the outside, looking for a repeat there. Does get taken out, and yeah, I mean, speaking of overtime, speaking of Zero Chance, the first and last and only cast I ever did with Zero Chance we went into like 86 rounds of overtime, and I he was cursed, so I just never casted with him again. Genuinely, we were at like 84, 86 rounds of overtime. Convict though does salvage one. Blaze again. Oh, there's that overconfidence coming out once again from Sinister 5. So they do lose 2 players very quickly.
So is that your rules? If we get to overtime, 84 rounds, and you leave, you're done.
Yeah,
that's it. Out of the books. I mean, that's good reasoning. That's good reasoning. I hope we never ever get to 85 rounds in overtime, because I might just KMS. But hopefully we don't get to that. Anyway, though, Hackham. Oh, he's on this ladder. We know how unpredictable shots are on the ladder, but he pushes up. He finds the bomb planter, so that's looking good for him. Custom. He needs to get that bomb planted. He does not have enough time, and Hackham's been playing out of his mind all night, though, and deservedly slow. He puts himself in those positions just to get those wins.
When Hackham goes like 40 bomb, you know he's angry. When he's angry, you know he's the only one having a good time when he's angry. But when he's got these stable plays like this and he's just doing what he does best, getting frags, you know, then it's a scary Hackham. You got to be worried about him, because that means everything's going pretty well, and it's going well for Sinister as well. And
maybe
they're still a little bit behind at the moment, but they are probably they're probably gonna take this one out. No, there's still a healthy bar coming out from Big 5.
We should ask Sinister and see if they have some budget in their organization just to hire a puncher. They can, whenever they play games, they just send this guy out, go to Hackham's side. Yeah, he punches Hackham in the face, makes him angry, and they can win some games. I mean, if they got budget, of course. Anyway, Zero Chance looking on B side with Divo. Making sure.
This could be big.
Yeah, this could be nutty, but I think what the new meta right now is, and what I'm seeing is that you don't want them to plant, because once they plant on B, to try and get that retake is just impossible. And Divo, he spots the shoulder, he lets them know that he's there, and he might have reacted a bit too early.
Yeah, he had a pretty big job there. He had to stop that push, because if a flashbang came out there, he would have been in big trouble. But they went for the molly first. They spotted the shoulder, so wasn't going to be enough. But Divo, though, goes through to the back there. This is actually really, really smart play. They are going to smoke him off. They're kind of guessing that. And there's so many angles on that B-bomb side you've got to worry about. They are going to go. That's the vent part I was talking about. They're really great angle for Spartan to hold there. Divo does go down. Zero Chance, though, could be in a little bit of trouble. This flash could actually be great. But no, expecting the flash to work. Blaze says absolutely no to Zero Chance, and now it's up to Rogue as he's coming into the right time here. Hackham's still alive right there. We have angles to work with here, and that's going to be a very quick cleanup for Big 5.
Nuke just seems impossible to penetrate once the players got all onto the site. Like, once that bomb's down, how do you get through that? There's so many angles. There's the vent, there's the walkway, you got ramp. How do you even compete versus that, and trying to, as well as when players are shooting at you? I mean, this totally changes the whole dynamic of a Nuke, and it's going to be interesting to see how people figure out ways to counter terrorists that have already planted on B side.
I mean, the best thing to do is let them plant and try not. So let them obviously get their structure together, but don't let them get into their post-plant position. So once you had that bomb go down, you start throwing in your flashes, throwing in your smokes, and try to breach the sides, and obviously trying to get into those weird angles. Spartan though does take down 0 chance in that outside shed, but it's strange, man. Like retakes on that B bomb side, you almost kind of give it up. It's pretty much what goals to do. Whoever gets that B bomb side is gonna win the game, and yeah, and that's kind of what's happening right now. Is they did take the B. A is still reasonably okay to retake with some well-timed flashbangs and whatnot, but B is just, there's so many angles.
So you almost want a position where you have 2 players on ramp and 1 player running to ramp early and pushing through to through to secret, because you can stop them coming from outside into secret, and then the 2 ramp players, either they support each other and stop the ramp push onto B, or if they manage to get through secret, you got to quick rotate to B to stop the plant and then the post plant setup. But that means then you have 1 player mouth and 1 player heaven. That looks like probably the best setup to stop those rotates onto B.
Yeah, but you're always going to have the 1 player sitting back at those vents, and the new vents makes it so tough for the rotations to come out. So you got to always be careful of the 1 Teak player who's going to be hanging back, watching those vents, and it just becomes a nightmare. Only 1 entrance in, you'll see there's like an angle to hold there. That angle right there, that Blaze just took right now. That's the problem. It's so tough to get in there, and people hate it. Honestly, people hate it. Now they're gonna try to go for the drop once again though, and it is gonna be an eco coming out here, so it's not gonna be too much. They did do quite a bit of damage to Blaze there. Nice pick there by Rogue on Spartan. That'll secure himself a gun. So needs to be careful. Diver though jumps down. This is actually looking pretty good right now. Walking out to the side, does get taken out by Custom, so it's not gonna be enough, but we'll see.
Data finding.
Saved by the rail.
Yeah, saved by the rail, has the deagle, and 2 vs 2, but bomb is definitely gone. No way of recovering this, but they do need to save these rifles. Looks like there's a bit of a bait coming through, but Rogue does not peek quick enough to save Dada. He does manage to save an AK though.
I mean, they could probably hold on to it. Yeah, he'll keep it for the next round, and then hopefully try bust through. But I mean, we're starting to look at Big 5 once again pull ahead, and you know, in the last game, if you're a Big 5 fan, you might have got excited when you saw them pull ahead like that. You're thinking, yeah, my team's going to take it, and then Sinister just came flying back in. But again, a little bit of outside play coming out here. Nice smoke to go down as well to slow them down quite a bit. And they're going to just move on out. They know they're going to be up against Nico here. Just 1 AK-47 in the hand of Rogue. And they're starting to put pressure on the speed bomb side. We'll see the spray going down here. Oh, Rogue. Oh, my God. That AK paid dividends as he shuts down 3 players from Big 5. And he has the bomb in his hands. That was a big play.
And that's that, you have to hold that secret the angle. You're going to make sure they don't get through there, because once they're on B, it's done. But if you can stop them there like you just did, well, then you're gonna win some rounds. And now Lighters and Custom have to try and get this bomb away. Rogue holding the angle. Oh, look, that's perfect. He has to peek it to get the bomb. Rogue takes the head straight off Lighters. Hackham's there to back him up in case he went down. And this is going to be finally a round here for Sinister 5. I don't think Custom can go. I mean, it's Custom. It's possible, but highly unlikely that he's gonna be able to get the bomb away.
2 players without armor. There could be a pretty big aim punch, maybe. But he's playing it smart. Let me put it that way. He's playing it smart. They are trying to hold all the angles, but it's going to be tough because he could literally come from anywhere, any 3 places there. Doesn't want to break the window. He could maps. Oh, it's going to go through there. Yeah. So he might actually catch 1 player here. He's being so quiet though. There's the one. That's going to be Divo. Still a player with armor. Uses up his utility as well. Wants to spray perhaps through the smoke here. No, it's not going to be enough. Hackham does take him down. And, well, he didn't have enough time to get the bomb down anyway, so it would have just been a spray and pray. But that was really well played by Rogue, the MVP for that round.
Yeah, Rogue's not in. He's going to have to do a lot more of that if he wants to make sure that bomb starts going towards A. And that's the thing. I mean, he heard the players come down. He got the first 2 and then just kept spraying to get the 3rd one. And he just needs to do that. And as I said earlier, if you hold secret, have some guys on ramp, just make them not get onto to be side. You're going to be doing well, but Spartan takes down Divo with the squeaky door open. You should not be letting, openings like that go. But Big 5 looking to take this round back as they lost the previous one.
Oh, Hackham's pushing towards Secret. This could be big. This could be such a big kill. They do get into the inside as well. Hackham will have to go back there. No chance as well. Will he be able to get the frag though? He does. Custom does go down. Had the angle for quite a while there, so I was kind of hoping for something to come out there. Nice wraparound from Rogue. Rogue just having such a great game so far. Bomb does go down. They've got utility. They've got another flashbang. They've got another molly. Nice spot out there once again. So they did spot the one player coming through door at A. Bring him down. Nice run across there. Needs to be careful though, because Rogue is firing at the moment. Good molly. Oh yes.
Oh, he moved out. He moved at the right time, and Convict's there to finish him off. Finds the second one and the last one, so takes down Rogue. 3 alive, 3 AKs in the hands here of the terrorist. Economy starting to climb up a little bit. 3-6, third map on Nuke. Looking like it's going close.
Yep. It is. It's gonna be one of those games. I think it's gonna be like a 9-6 finish, perhaps to big 5, 8-7 at a push, maybe. I mean, there's still quite a bit of fight, I think, left in Sinister 5. But I think as it gets later, you know, it's gonna become a little bit more tough. There, nice couple of picks coming out there. Really great play coming out from Custom. Cleans up the side quite nicely. Followed in by Spartan as well. Hackham gonna go down after securing that rifle, making use of his utility. Good molly, but I didn't think he shut the player down, did he? Oh, he let him sneak out of it. Brings him down as well. Spartan. Between Spartan and Rogue, man, these two players are just doing so well.
But if we look at the previous game, Spartan went very dormant in the second half, and now that he's alive here on this map, and they claiming those rounds. So it really is a case of you need all your players firing on all cylinders and just having that team synergy to clutch out these rounds. Two great teams. Spartan back on the up and up, getting those nutty frags. Rogue trying his best to keep his team in here. Standard strats here by Big 5, it seems. Quick pushes on A. Once the CTs have figured that out and rotated off that, I'm assuming they're going to go back down towards their defaulted B secret push.
Yeah, and we see the power of the CZ. You brought it up literally like in the third round on Cash in the earlier casts, and CZ just has been probably the MVP of every single game so far tonight. And I mean, here we go, full CZ buy coming out from Sinister. They obviously have high hopes for this, and it's gonna be, I think they can do it, man. Lots of tight angles in this map, and it's always something you got to worry about. You know, they obviously going up against AKs is always a bit tough, but you've got that body armor. Nice deagle shot though. This could be, that could have been detrimental.
Definitely could have been. Luckily saved himself. Custom might find himself in a battle with a CZ really soon, as Rogue is holding this angle. Definitely one player on the Sinister side that you do not want to go up against. Will he check this key? Will. He finds the headshot onto Rogue. Checks his corners. Professional player indeed. Spartan, as I said, when he comes alive, their team wins rounds. That was a nutty shot onto Hackham. Reading it very well. Blaze opening up onto B side, and Custom holding the rotates. That was a nutty headshot from Spartan. Clearly he's been playing a couple of games of Nuke recently, getting his headshot angles down, and that all comes down to time, experience, and practice.
So there's a balance when it comes to these teams. There's older players like, you know, your Customs, your Zero Chances, like this is getting closer to their bedtime. Then you got the players that are now finally waking up. They only woke up at about 5 p.m. It's still morning for them. They've just had their oatmeal, you know, for dinner. I mean, for breakfast at dinner time. So they're waking up right now, where the older guys are starting to fall asleep a little bit. So it's always something to consider. At least, I mean, I know some of these guys are awake till 5 a.m. in the morning playing CSGO, but. Let's see. I'm just joking, by the way. These guys aren't.
Big 5, the VP of South Africa. Yeah. Insane fraggers, but you know, Pasha. We were just joking.
Joke about DC, about how the later it got in the night, the worst they'd play, and then they were the champs last year for Masters, and they won that at what, like 5 p.m. in the afternoon. Even then, that was pushing it. Guys were like, yeah, it's becoming dinner time.
That was nap time, bro.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's the real thing. I mean, I'm clutching at straws right now when it comes to how tired I am. But for the Zero Chances off, wakes me up a bit. Get some banging shots in there. So I'm gonna go for the outside play once again. Quite a bit of numbers out there, and this is gonna be quite a big one as well. Clearing out that lowers once again. Secret lowers. but they need to be careful of that AWP shot coming out. And this door bang as well, has been so good coming out here from Big Five. They're going to clear up data, and Hacker will go down as well. They open this up, 0 shots, tapped by Blaze, tapped.
This is the Big Five we saw on map 1. They're hitting those crisp headshots. They were missing them on Mirage, and now they're not letting anything go. Divo, Rogue, I don't think they have any chance getting back into this round. It's 4 vs 2. Utility still coming out here from the T's. They're just holding exits, and these one taps coming from Big Five. That's what we want to see. That's what we know them for, and that's why we love them. We need to see more.
I mean,
Congo needs coffee.
Yeah, no, it's too late for that now. I think Goals pretty much called it. He said whoever takes control of that nose and downstairs is going to win the game. And so far, it looks like on the T side, that's been it. And geez.
Whatever Goals says goes, though. I mean, when Goals speak, you listen. That's my general rule.
Well, 9-3. My 6-9 score is still there. It's still a possibility, but it's starting to sway away from that a bit right now. As it's going to be Nico coming out here for Sinister, and perhaps Nuke was just one of those maps that they just didn't account for. They could have possibly tried to win it on the 2-0, but not having the best showing on Cash, and obviously having a killer comeback on Mirage, but Nuke is just going to be a tough one, and they are going to push out there. This is quite smart play, but oh man, look at that Molly coming out there. Great intuitive play coming out there, and obviously the information was given as well. Spartan, once again, whack-a-mole, straight into the radio room.
Yeah, and as I said early on, this Nuke usually goes up straight up to those high rounds kind of games, and it goes close to close. And right now we might be seeing a one-sided team, but if Sinister 5 can do the same as what Big 5 is doing, then there's no reason why they can't come back. They will have to blindfold Spartan and then play with only one big toe if they want to try a window, because he's hitting some nutty shots. Lighters taking down Divo in the vents.
Although comes back out for 0 chance, and I mean this is it's possibly the saving grace. Maybe we saw him pull it around, pull the game back around rather on Mirage with the AWP. So that could be on the cards. But yeah, I said this in the last time we brought it up, and he got like one good kill and then just got taken out by the rest of his team. But it's one of those things. This door banging, like I said earlier, was a bomb site door bang. Nice, the breach comes out there, they do trade out immediately. That's the bomb down as well to the bomb site. They're going to start charging through right now. The push comes out from Divo though, straight back through that mouth. So a bit of breath of fresh air coming out here. Nice orb shot from 0 chance, doesn't often miss those. And let's see. It's going to be on the board, ISO.
Yeah, finally scraping together, looking through the sand and finding some gold. Find themselves some shiny objects as they got another round on the board. 4-10. They need this next one. I'm pretty sure I predicted like 4-11 or 5-10. So let's see if that does come out here. Big 5 letting a round slip between the fingers. We'll have to wait and see if... Oh, there comes... Someone lagged out. So that could have been the reason why they lost that round.
Nah, they kind of ran it one by one into the bomb site.
Okay. I was trying to give them the benefit of the doubt. Congo calls them out. They were just being bots. Anyway, though, we still have another round before this half.
I did not say that.
Confirmed. You can watch the VOD. He did not say that.
I'm gonna grab water though, because
go for it.
I need water. I'll be right back.
Cool. Go for it. We're in timeout. Any questions while we're in chat? Okay, Hill. The crosshair that I currently have is a mixture of a standard one and a custom one. I'll drop the config into Discord at some time if you want to copy it. I unfortunately did not activate the bots for this cast. I need to get a little bit of time to get back into it, so I will activate bots for the next cast, so you can ask for those commands. I do apologize for that. Bad Wolf thinks Sinister can come back. I mean, yeah, so I predicted in the beginning that Nuke generally goes 10-4 or 11, 10-5 or 11-4, because that's just usually what happens, because one side is so heavily favored, and then usually when you rotate into the next half, the team that wasn't doing so well changes around and starts to dominate. So we'll just have to wait and see if this is just a case of the meta of the map, or if this is just a case of Big Five going nutty. And just watching Spartan top fragging now for his team, it could be a case of Big Five just coming alive yet again as they did on Cash. But we'll have to wait and see when the half changes.
Yep, I'm back. I was listening to you as I walked around the house. I did with my headphones. So, oh man, Light is choosing the best times, the best times to disconnect from games at 10:30 at night. It's actually not that late. I've become so old, man.
You're an old man, dude. It's not that late.
You go back to the freelance life. Just staying awake till 4 every morning.
Wake up at 10, grab coffee. Oh, that was a good life. I miss those days.
Yeah. But if this is what so obviously I did ask around a couple of players today kind of what they thought about today's matchup, and they're all like, yeah, Big Five, blah 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 blah, and everyone seems to see that Big Five and Goliath seem to be the two titans that are probably going to be in the predictions looking towards Comic-Con are going to be the top two teams as we go forward. But looking at the way this is their opening match of the leg, looking at how this is going, like you can't help but just be hopeful and be excited that it's going to be a really, really tight kind of matchup all the way through until Comic-Con, where these guys will be on the. And trust me, I've seen all the floor plans. I've seen everything. It's going to be insane. Dota, CS, all the games together. It's going to be great. And of course, so we're here for the love of CS. But we've got to give some love to our other esports as well. And it's shaping up to be quite the event, man.
But that's crazy. I mean, Comic-Con coming to South Africa for the first time in 2018, and we have teams that are just going head-to-head like this that are going to be close maps. I mean, what more can you ask for? Yeah. And hopefully that's across the board with all games and all genres. I mean, that's what you kind of want.
Yeah, I might have to do a shameless plug here, but if you haven't bought your tickets yet for Comic-Con, you can, and you probably should. I'll give you an inside scoop. It's probably the tickets are selling out fast. I think Saturday is almost done, to be honest with you. Saturday is almost completely sold out. So you might, if you haven't bought tickets yet, you might miss the esports on Saturday. But of course, the finals will go down on Sunday. So grab your tickets, man. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. And of course, the ticket will get you access to everywhere. You can see everything in Comic-Con. And,
yeah, you can see everything in Comic-Con, even Cole Drogo. He has been confirmed to be there.
Yeah, he's going to be guest shoutcasting the CSGO final. No, I'm joking, he's not.
I want to get a sign that just says, will you be my Cole Drogo, and then stand next to him. Will you take a photo of us? Like, if I end up being there, can we make that happen? Who's the other guy that's going to be there? They announced it. I forgot his name now.
Rick Worthy. He's from Supernatural. He's also from Star Trek. Yeah.
Yeah, and the dates for that is in September, right?
Yes, 14th to 16th September. It's on the stream, left corner. 14th, 16th September. Lighters is in Counter-Strike. He just hasn't rejoined the game, so he should be back in any second. But
Lighters went and splashed his face.
Kailami Convention Center, which is pretty cool, the racetrack there, and of course the DGC. That's going to be the other thing there. We'll call the VGC, the DGC. We'll still call it the DGC, I guess, but that's going to be there as well. So all the guys that are taking part in the DGC, the guys in the first div, second div, and the Premier League, all going to be there as well. So it's going to be an esports takeover at Comic-Con. We got to make it a thing. We got to make the rest of the world see that esports needs to be at every Comic-Con, which I think will be quite an awesome deal. We have like the Comic-Con championships every year, where all the teams play, and then they all travel to different Comic-Cons and play, because it is throughout the year, all different Comic-Cons at different times. However, back to the game right now. Nice little momentum break there, perhaps for
everyone involved.
For Sinister, yeah, for Sinister. Pretty much everyone. I think everyone just kind of like fell asleep right there,
including us. Moving on though, well, we got to speak about Comic-Con, which is pretty rad. So I mean, that's definitely something not to sleep about. You need to be awake for that. Get those tickets. Anyway, though, as you said, moving back into the game, custom lurking here inside Shack. It is smoked off. 5v5 double AWP setup on the CTs, AWP on Little Con. Hopefully, we see a no scope coming through, and smoke starting to fade.
Yeah, I mean those AWPs are going to count for nothing when it comes to these close angles like this. They are trying at least to capitalize on the outside with the AWPs, but obviously the inside is going to be the other bang as well. And of course, Rogue sitting deep down here. But he's going to get answered by another AWP here, perhaps. This little con. No, he's actually holding quite far back, so he won't be able to get that angle.
Interesting angle. Oh, he doesn't have the X-ray, but he doesn't need it because the door's opened. He finds Dada and Big Five running the show. Spartan, Blaze, each finding a frag. Rogue has an AWP. And this is the last half, so there's going to be no saving. Diver finds a frag in that alleyway, ventway, we can call it. 2 vs 4. Bomb is down. Last round of this half. Rogue finds a frag.
3v2. I mean, this is... they both got kits. They still got 2 flashbangs. They've got a smoke and a molly. This is doable. This is actually doable. No, not wing.
No, not anymore.
Not using any utility going down. No, second div won't go to DGC. I was just saying that like most of the teams will, most of the divisions. Like, I think it's top spot. I think 20 teams go to DGC if I'm not mistaken. That's how it always was last year, and it's usually like all the players in Prem, and then like the top few teams from certain divisions. Like last year, I think even people on the ladder went to DGC if I'm not mistaken, top of the ladder. But I think the rules might have changed, so don't take my word as the gospel when I talk about that. But anyway, into the second half here, and we'll see if Sinister 5 can pull things together here on their T side, or Big 5 just going to run away with this ISO.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see, as looks like Diver's going to open the round. Zero chance gets one, but there comes the retake. Little Convict finding another headshot onto Zero chance. Bomb going to get planted surely. Diver 4 HP. Little Con on 3 himself, so fairly even here. Lighters, he needs to find this. Nice headshot on Diver, didn't need it. He only had 4 HP. And Custom, being a sneaky fox, gets on site, finds a frag, takes down Rogue. Light is still in a battle against Dada. He finds another headshot himself, and there comes the defuse. And this is a dangerous situation right now because Pistol Ryan goes in favor of Big 5. That takes it 12-4. And if they get the next two, 14-4. So the problem with this map is once you run away on the one side, you need to get the pistol and start climbing that mountain to get back into this game. If you lose the beginning one, you're going to struggle. And we might see that here unless CZs prevail yet again.
That's why I think that was such a crucial round there for Sinister, and I mean that was a do or die. I mean they had the right idea, I think, in my opinion. At least they kind of went straight into it, trying to get the bomb down there. They got some great opening frags. Obviously, the problem with that door, and this is something that happens over and over again, is when one player stops to shoot the person shooting the players in front of you, you know you're gonna get stuck, and you're not gonna get those refrags out fast enough. But what are you going to do? You're going to keep running and get shot in the head, so it's always such a weird situation. That's why you always like to have a flashbang coming out, so you can give the players time to run through. Everyone's just getting mowed down here on the B-bomb side.
Yeah, Sinister, they try to do something a bit creative. They had 2 players outside, 3 inside, and unfortunately Big 5 read their footsteps very well, but Rogue, he answers back with a nice headshot, gets taken down though, so it's all going to be for nothing. As a bomb falls outside, nowhere near bomb site.
Can tell his friends about it. Got a sick P250 shot
against
in the head.
Big 5. Yeah, I mean, hey, it's bragging rights, right? At least your whole team dies, you get a frag. It feels good. At least you tried that round. You did your job.
Well, they got the bomb down, so that means they in the first round, so they're going to get the buy up here. So it's not the end of the world right here. Can they hold Big 5 at 13 rounds? That is the real question, and that's going to be quite a tough ask, I think. At least Spartan, though, real cheeky here. This is going to catch them so off guard. They need to clear this up so quickly if they want to get this done. But nice jump up there by Custom. And,
yeah. That's a nice position.
Doesn't want to give away his position at all. But obviously can't be careful. And they're actually pretty close up here.
I wonder if you could walk along this rail and get to the other side of the doorway there, or does it clip you off? It probably clips you off.
No, I don't think you'll be able to.
That'd be pretty cool.
A little bit of power though, getting such a great angle there.
Nuke change version 5 coming.
No deaths yet. Still quiet.
No deaths yet, but look at Spartan. He's pushed all the way up, and they can be this cheeky because they have the rounds, and there we go.
Retreat, fall back.
He felt confident.
Yes, fall back.
He's not going to. He's taken down.
Oh, Hackham, surgical precision takes down the player up on the rafters there. And I mean, they needed this round. They really needed this round. 13-4. We're starting to edge into some dangerous territory here. But and also breaking the economy of the CTs is such a strong play right now, because that is exactly what will let them get back into this game, is if they're able to win the economic game at least.
Yeah. Oh, nice answer there. Hacking to find this. So now it's all about, can they do the same as what Big Five did? Can they run away with this game on the T side? Can they get that B presence and just hold these sides? Because once you're on the side and the bomb's down, it's fairly difficult to try and retake it. So we'll have to wait and see. But the bonus for Big Five right now is that they have rounds, so they can try various things to try stop them and win 3 more rounds to take this match home.
They did do quite a little bit of economic damage there. There's still a little bit of cash as well on the side of Big Five, but they've got to be smart about it. There was an AK save coming out from Little Con, so they can actually put a little bit of money behind it there. They actually do go for a buy here, which is quite smart, I think. They're going to hold them down because they might not be expecting this. They saw the save, but they might not be expecting the buy. They definitely might not be expecting that AWP. That's going to be a big hit coming out here if they're able to shut someone down with that and open the game wide open. Good nade comes to Rogue, visibly upset there, shakes his mouse left to right.
Yeah, and Lighters making sure that no one can get into secret. I like that positioning. Dada reads Convict well. Maybe they should stop pushing into Shack. Oh, that is... He was holding that angle with an AWP, but the confidence on Convict is insane. I think they should stop hitting in Shack. I think they should just sit on site and wait for them to push through.
Yeah, I mean, that was a tough one. I mean, he should have hit that. He should have hit that shot. 100% should have hit that shot if he was holding the angle like that. But nice flashbangs come in right now. It's going to push them out quite a bit there. Blaze picks up the AWP, so that's going to be a nice little pick for him. He knows there's another player there. Gets the close range shot. This is shutting them down so much though. Zero Chance going to try for a little Hail Mary. Go through the bottom. Lighters is there holding the angle. Definitely heard that jump. Custom though switches up a bit. They're both going to go towards the lower. And they have the bomb in hand, ISO. So still there's that angle I was talking about. Lighters wants to get the shot, doesn't get it down.
Yeah, Lighters unfortunately just... Yeah, he got the info, but he didn't get the frag, so T's going to stay alive a little bit longer. But it's 3 vs 2, and Custom, there we go, holding that ramp, takes him down 14-5. And this is the thing, they got so many rounds, all they have to do is get 2 more, try things differently. If it doesn't work out, it's fine. We just try again. We try again until we find those last 2. Whereas that's not in the favor of Sinister, who's going to be on a force right now.
Yeah, and it's about to become map and match point for Big Five. So let's sack him with his AK-47. Has something else to say about it. Little Con though takes him down, gets the gun. Divo though opens up with the Deeg, just like we wanted to see, and that's going to be an opening at least on the A-bomb side, but it's not going to be enough, unfortunately. I don't think, not with these guns up against these rifles. Custom again in the spot, and this is something we're seeing a lot now at Nuke, is that boost up there, sort of playing 2 players by that B ramp area, but Spartan though playing really cautiously here, moving on the rafters. Hasn't been spotted just yet. He will get spotted right there, gets taken down. Big hit coming out there from Rogue. That's going to open up this A-bomb side rather pretty wide here. There's the Lighters left there. Oh, nice slow rotation coming out there. Look how well they're just picking them off one by one here.
Yeah, I mean they're reading this very well. And look at this, they're behind them every time. I don't think a CT player even saw their killer in that round. That was some great gameplay. Just good rotates. Very sneaky plays. Where you kill me from, Rogue? See, they have literally no idea, and they're just pushing quietly through the site. I'm not sure how we didn't hear a squeaky door opening, but yeah, Sinister, great job to get that round there.
Sorry, I had to have a very big yawn there.
It's okay. It is late.
It is. It's edging. It's edging 7 o'clock, man. I'm actually embarrassed that I'm starting to fall asleep right now. But nice pick comes out there from Rogue once again. Takes down Custom. Is just pushing up towards that radio room. And Spartan, though, is trying to play it smart, though, at least with this play coming out here. Little Con up close and personal. Does dink Divo, but Divo just too wise for that right now.
Yeah, that was a massive headshot. But it does not kill him, because there's head armor, and Rogue takes down Lighters. And looks like Sinister gonna clutch another round out here. Zero Chance taking down Blaze. 2 players low though, so if Sparta can pick up a frag here just for that economy game and confidence would be great. Does look
Because
like
they all could have picked up frags if they just comboed together. They just stuck together, went together, and kind of just refragged. That would have been way more beneficial for them. However, they went in 1-by-1, got picked off 1-by-1. I think they were trying to hold those close angles with the CZs, but it just didn't work out, unfortunately. And that's pretty much all she wrote for this round.
Yeah, it's strange. They are separating quite a lot on the CT side, it seems. Maybe they should try a round where they get aggressive but go as a full team, not necessarily with pistols, maybe just with some light SMGs next time they have to save. It is a bit strange. The synergy was on point the first half, but let's see what happens here. Spartan finds one.
No, that exactly what it was. In a second. Yeah,
I mean, this is worth it. This is worth it. There we go. He finds a third. Spartan's gonna enjoy that, and he. The greedy crow jumps down, back to the wall with you. Anyway, going on to the next round.
They still don't have any cash, and that's a bit of a problem, but they do have some rounds to play with, but they've got to be careful because now what they're doing is they're mounting confidence here for Sinister 5, and this is exactly what we saw happen in the previous game where they let them get a little bit of breathing room. We saw them start developing some fantastic strats, and obviously the aim came online, so they have to be very, very, very careful with how many rounds they give away here while trying to build their economy, but it's going to be a tough one.
Spartan's asking if Zeus is alive. I think Congo needs a bit of Zeus in his life.
I don't know. Why would they ban the Zeus?
I don't know. That makes maybe he's just memeing, but I mean Zeus is always allowed, and if we could see one, I would love that. Oh, he dodges the AWP shot though. Spartan has the game sense.
There's not much there's not much they can do now with these pistols. Maybe if there's a deagle in hand, Blaze could maybe get like one big one. Nice little flashbang. I love seeing great pop flashbangs. Great time flashbangs there. Little Con's in a good position there to take a frag. It is getting banged pretty hard through the wall there, but he is in a great position. What's up with this pink CZ? The Tacticat.
I mean, it's not for everyone. It's not for everyone. That's weird. There are some strange CSGO skin designs, but some players love them. I would not be using this season though.
Oh my god, custom. Shooting at his head, misses a few shots, but does bring him down in the end. And it's going to be a slow death here for Big 5. That will eventually lead to a 14-8 score as they're going to go for more pistols here. So, I mean, this is it. It's scary now. It's getting to a point where it's going to be scary because they're going to start giving away. They're starting to build a bank up on Sinister 5, and we saw where they came from the previous game at this point here. And of course, once again, they're expending all their cash into this into this 23rd round here at 14, and a lot of utility. No head armor on anyone, so they're really going for the heavy on the utility, and this is probably what they need to do for the win here, because they are not really relying on the power of the refrag. They're instead looking at the 1v1. That's where the utility comes in handy. You can block them off long enough, you know, to kind of force them into one place where you need them to be. That's where your strength in numbers comes, but for the most part, heavy on the utility. Oh, that was really well played there from Nighters. Unfortunately, going down to the flames, or trying to run through the flames rather, and get taken out by zero chance.
Yeah, risky play indeed. I mean, he had to push through the flames to get the frag. He got it, but then he could not push back. Worked out for zero chance, 4 apiece. And if they lose this one, the CTs are going to have to go on another save. Economy is not looking great, as you said. But I need 2 more rounds to find this, to take this match home. 1 apiece. Big 5 taking out Cash, and Sinister 5 taking Mirage. Last map,
yeah.
Nuke.
I mean, that was actually quite a great play coming out there from Nighters as well. Even though he risked it because he went for the information play as well. He got the know that they're sitting on the outside there. There's not Con hold this awesome angle there. Gonna take down 1, 0 chance with the AWP. He's still lurking around there. Custom though. And he's coming up into a sneaky spot here. They're trying to get up into the A-bomb side via the CT stairs, and that's going to be map and match point right now for Big 5. And the Cash still not on their side, so they have to do a couple of drops here, a couple of guns, get them all out, and there's still a healthy economy coming out for Sinister 5.
Yep, Convict picking up the AWP from zero chance in the previous round. So it'll be nice to see where he sets himself up. Hopefully he's not going to turret and shack. Did not work last time. Divo looked like he can get aggressive. Oh no, he falls back. I thought they were going to get aggressive, push down fence, but the molly is there to start them off.
Well, they forced out 2 Molotovs. That's an expensive play coming out from so early on from Big Five. But then again, it was a Big Five. Yeah, that was quite an expensive play there. But well, I mean, well timed as well. Divo was looking a bit cheeky. Looked like he wanted to burst through those doors and try to take the pick. But nice little peek out here. Not a great gun, but Blaze makes it work nonetheless. Out comes Zero Chance from the side. Now looks to the rafters, trying to bring them down. Dada picks up 1. Zero Chance another, and Rogue another. This is just a clean-up crew right now. Good nade coming through. Oh, actually, I lied. It was a terrible nade.
Rip nade. 2018 nade videos not coming out from Rogue.
I mean, Little Con can do this. He can do this. Nice little pop flashbang down there. Rogue is the one person they got to worry about. Con needs to make some noise coming out there. Custom does peek. Yeah, that's not going to be enough. He has to go save this AWP. He's going to fall back right now and hold on to that. And I mean, they still got some breathing room. It's going to be a 59 coming out here. But still, really risky round. Well played there by Divo at Zero Chance.
Yeah, I mean, right now, they want themselves around, but I mean, it's nowhere near getting to that overtime situation. There is going to be a save coming out from the CTs, but they have rounds still. They lose this one, 10-15. Maybe they save another one, take it all the way to 11-15, and then try. And they have 2 solid rifle bar opportunities to get the round, to get the match.
I think they should have bought around the AWP, to be honest with you. I think they should have put that AWP towards the ramp there, towards the B, and bought around it. Just got a couple of armor, some pistols out as well, which they did to an extent, a little bit of util as well on Little Con, but definitely playing around that AWP. And that's the place where I would hope it would have gone, is to that exact area right there. But nonetheless, down onto the B bomb side, and actually not a lot of B control coming out here from Sinister 5. Think of it, we saw how much emphasis they put on the B bomb side with Big Five on the T side, but nothing really coming out from Sinister.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I mean, Big Five was just hitting that all the time, and Sinister now just focusing A side, and it's working. So just keep doing it if it works. But they knew there was a save coming through, and they just pushed ramp because they took that risk. They knew we haven't really pushed there, so there shouldn't be anyone there. It paid off. The people that were there just had pistols. Easy takes. And the AWP is down.
Yeah, that was what I was worried about, giving away that AWP. They don't actually pick it up, so it's not the end of the world.
15-10 though.
Yeah, another eco coming out here from Big Five on CT, and it's going to be the CZs. I mean, winning on an eco is always just such a, I don't know. Can you be proud of that? I guess you can to an extent, but it's not always great. You like to see a good gun-on-gun round for the final round here. But Big Five could sit it out right now with these pistols. Look at this play coming out here. They do push up, get them all the way around there, but Zero Chance. Why does that? Takes it down. And outside play coming out here as well. Divo though in a great position here to take down 1. Or perhaps go for the second. This is the headshot there. Needs to help his teammate out there. Clean up all over that outside there. But Custom still hiding away here. This radio room.
Yeah, Custom going to pick a battle with Hack'em. Hack'em going to come out on top. Takes his head right off of Custom with that AK. And now we enter in the buy rounds. As I said, 2 eco saves. Well, 4 saves I think they went on. And now the final rifle comes out. If they lose this one though, they're going to be reset. And there might be another 2 rounds before we see another buy. So as I said, 2 rounds of the chance. They got 2 options basically of bringing this home. This is one of them. Is it going to pay off? We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, if not, now it has to be on the 14th round. Otherwise, we're going to be here till 2 AM with overtime. Oh, Little Con needs to be careful. Diver though does take a bit of chunks, but he does send back some auxiliary fire. Puts down Little Con 36 HP though. Now still smoke. They're trying to hold him down. They're using the utility pretty early on here as well. So this is good. This is going to slow down the momentum, slow down the pace quite a bit. Allow everyone else to just get into the groove of things. Nice angle straight there into mouth as well. And Custom, of course, keeping an eye on this B ramp. And who's watching the secret though? That's what I want to know. Not that they need to. Everyone's kind of spaced around that A bomb site, so secret's not really an issue right now. But Dada is still right at the back, alongside. Well, close up there to get into the outside as well.
Yeah.
But it looks like a B breach here. Oh my god. Pixels. Pixels ISO. Almost got away there.
I mean, to my eyes, Custom had that, but Gaben says otherwise. Looks like a ramp push. 3 players moving their way towards ramp. Rotate, sure you're going to come in. You do not want them to set up a bomb plant. Diver though, he takes a bit of a nade. He's having some flirty battle with the Blaze on A side.
He's literally been battling people there right from the start, but the rest of the team kind of moves around there. But it makes sense. He wants to get through there. It's quite an angle held by Spartan, but they don't have a Custom. His Custom does go down to Rogue, 95 HP. I thought he might have that shot, but look at the 0 chance burst out there will bring him down. And this is an awesome, awesome round coming out here from Sinister 5. I mean, there's not really an angle they can use. They can't really get into the bomb site here, not through the vents at least. And they got the mollies, they got the equipment to hold them down. Still 2 flashbangs on Divo and a smoke grenade. But look at their HPs though. They can turn this into a 3v2 very quickly. Well, just like that, pretty much.
Yeah, nice bait and switch. They made a lot of noise on B ramp, and then quickly rotated towards A, and it's paying off for them. 2 alive, little convict 36, saving these rifles. They know they're going to go into a full save here, and as we said, lose that one, you're going to get fully reset. Next round, where they have a solid buy, will be round 14, which is leaving it very close. And Nuke meta, it's one side is heavily dominated, the T side is heavily dominating no matter who's playing on it, and this game goes right to the wire, right to the end, keeping it close.
Yeah, and I mean they once again they're going to possibly buy around these rifles. They have to. I mean, full AKs come around. Look at the utility as well. They healthy, they strong, man. They're going to play this game straight through to the end, and now they've got enough to buy for the last 3 rounds, and well, the last 2 rounds rather after this. And doesn't matter when they can do it, and they can lose all their rifles and get the bomb go off, and then still buy another full set of rifles and another full set of rifles to go with that. So yeah, what do Big 5 do? I mean, they must be kicking themselves right now. There's been so many rounds where they just let it slip away with a missed shot or not used util, and it's a problem. But now they've got the right players, I think, at least with their rifles in hand, little carded lighters. But of course, you got some tight angles being held as well with these pistols.
Yeah, definitely Big 5 favoring the run and gun tactics, missing a couple shots on these stagnant site holds, maybe just getting a little bit weary and tired as it gets late in the evening, but we're still up, alive, and lighters finding a 0 chance. That's how a great way to start this round, taking it 4-5. Dada on 7 HP as well, so you could blow on him and he should fall over and die, which is good news for Big 5. Not so great news for Sinister 5 here. Where are they going to go with this bomb, as it's just lurking in lobby right now?
Dada wants to bang with someone here, but it's not going to happen. Does spot out a kill though, does take that lighter. That's actually a big hit once again. Blaze needs to turn around. He got the bomb carrier at least. Look at the HPs though. This could be it. Oh my god. 3-2. Diver and Rogue left alive here. My camera's just watching a dead player's Custom. Cleans up one, and there it is. Not overtime.
Not overtime. My camera angle was also favoring a dead body, so we could not see the last shot go down, but we saw on the peripheral, and that is it. Going to go to Big 5, 2-1. Big 5 taking the first map, Sinister 5 then taking it on Mirage, and then Big 5 clutching it out right at the end on Nuke. It was looking touch and go there for a second, right down to 16-13 if I'm correct. I've already messed up the score. It's that late, but anyway. Great CSGO. Big 5. Nutty gameplay. Sinister 5 definitely contenders going into this leg.
Well, thanks so much for having me, man. It was a great cast, and I mean, what's better than coming back to CSGO casting and have a full 3 maps, especially with the last 2 being that close.
Close indeed, and as predicted, Nuke meta unpredictable, definitely goes down to the wire. Anyone's game. And that's what we want. We want from CSGO. We want 3 maps. We want to see it go to the full time. We don't want to see any full-on abuse from one team to another. And I think we got a lot of exciting CSGO coming up where all these teams are going to go close to close. That was myself, IsoWolf, casting with Congo Kyle. This was for Verse Gaming. Big 5 versus Sinister 5. Big 5 taking it 2-1. Last map on Nuke.
Oh, yep. All right. Good night, guys. Don't forget, get your tickets for Comic-Con. Cheers.
Cool. Yeah, make sure you guys get those tickets. We're going to be off. It is super late. We've got work in the morning. Thank you guys so much for hanging out, and we do appreciate all the support. Catch you guys on the next cast, which should hopefully be on Sunday. We'll update it on all the social media pages. Thank you so much. Have a great evening, and cheers.